Okay.
I'm ready.
Alright, who's all here?
Okay, we're gonna do this in the traditional manner. We have Blackheart as,
Kirk Marsk.
Kronos as,
RG Thal.
Hatton as,
Thaldir Forgehammer.
Sammy as,
Gift and Brogren.
and Tobias as.
I can't do it. As Caspiopia Steelshod.
Okay.
I was going to try and
And
bang on my
offline
desk.
as Corvus. Marcus isn't
Because
here,
we cut the line.
which really didn't throw a wrench in Annie's plans, I'll tell you what. And you got me, Annie, as your friendly DM, who spent 7 hours on a train today, so slightly murderous.
Uh-oh.
Yes,
I should get to die.
fear for your lives. So, who would like to give me a recap?
I do.
Okay, Shorty, you're up.
But I'm Sammy. Alright, so...
Oh, Shirley or Shorty?
What do you think?
Both.
Alright,
I
so...
heard Shirley.
I don't know. Anyway, so last time in our Great Hijinks, the party met back up very briefly, almost as a group, near the Church of Talon. Most of us had a discussion about whether or not we were going to go to the Talon Day priest. Wow, I can't even think words.
Sermon?
The sermon for oration-y things, because we had promised that we'd be there, but me and Corvus had made prior commitments from House Capet that we were going to infiltrate House Landor. I tried to convince him that we should go to the sermon first and then go to Landor after. He wanted to go during because there were crowds and stuff, and I thought we could go during crowds after. Before that, Carrick and... frack. I need to get my notes open. Elias were... I didn't have to get my notes open. Elias were being chased earlier in the streets by a strange gentleman who they ended up seeing at the sermon. Turns out his daughter is very ill, and he is very desperate to find a way to help get her cured, and he was looking for somebody with the touch to help or with contacts, because he has gone through various doctors and things like that. Which
That
caused...
one was Carrick.
I said Carrick, didn't I?
Yeah.
I thought you
Oh,
were
I thought you said
I
Kirk.
thought I said Carrick.
No,
Sorry.
she said Carrick.
Okay, I missed it.
Anyway, so Carrick and Thaldir at one point sat between the two of them to scare him a bit while they were finding out that information at the sermon. Meanwhile, Cassiopeia worked really on the cart for a long time, and then I believe eventually went back to the tavern for the night with Elias.
Yes.
Thaldir and Carrick had a scary time at the sermon because the guy kept trying to goad them into reacting. He was saying horrible things about Father Stone. He was saying horrible things about people related to Father Stone and insinuating that a mage may have been involved and not an angel, and making Father Stone a cleric, which that's the term I'm using for what he is now. But he's basically a god-touched whatever mortal where he can heal people now. At the end of that, Thaldir made a very empathic prayer with Carrick that out loud, not very loud, but not whisper, that he prayed to Talon to what was it? Strike down the false priests or do something about false priests, and
Just wished for justice to be served
against false priests doing things. And at that point, the big, beautiful stained glass window that was behind the major podium in the Talon Church just like ripped a huge crack across of it in a very like freak out way for all the people there. There's a lot of commotion going on of people like being kind of torn different ways, feeling that the Church of Talon might be overstepping its bounds right now, and how it's talking about things and saying horrible things about Elias and the King's mercy, and the fact that the King gave mercy to somebody seemed a little. The other thing that happened was RG finally got laid, and apparently rolled okay. We're not saying great, but it was at least a 12. RG got some, barmaid, great times. Meanwhile,
Which on a scale of 1 to 10, that's really good.
yeah. On a scale of 1 to 10, a 12 is great. But it was above average. But meanwhile, Corvus and I broke into House Landor during all of this. We used the invisibility dust to sneak our way in. I flew in on Dingus, getting in on the above floor. Corvus went in through the servants' entrance. He was a little bit more bold, kind of dashed through some places, trying desperately to get to the study where we believed there might be some important papers. Meanwhile, I went room to room up top and found scrolls that I think were all the same. I remember I checked the scrolls, and
Yep,
then
all the same kind of scroll.
and I also found firearms, which were basically big tubes and weird like metal pipes and things like that, and powders and stuff. And I stole one of the bullet thingies to take with me as evidence, and took that with me. And about that time, Corvus stuck his neck out a little bit. He accidentally opened a door where somebody was inside. The person came out to investigate. When faced with what to do, he decided to go into the room the person was previously in and tried to frantically go through the papers. Unfortunately, his invisibility wore out. The person came back in, right as Corvus had done the invisibility again, using up the second charge. But when he did that, it made everything in the room invisible, which was a tip-off to the guy, who apparently had some sort of magic that he could do. I would say arcane, based on the fact that moments later, when Corvus bashed his way through a window and started hiking across the lawn as fast as he could after the guy dispelled magic, seemed to hit him with magic missile many times for a lot of damage. And Corvus hightailed it over the wall. Meanwhile, I had come running to try to help Corvus because unfortunately, Gifton has this need to try and help her party mates really badly, when really she probably should have just stayed upstairs and hid. But I love that about her. So Gifton decides to run downstairs to go look. Doing so, I put myself at risk of being spotted because there's a lot of people with possible checks. One guy rolled really well. He saw me. He ended up chasing me through an organ room, eventually into a butler's pantry, and there was an altercation with a cat. And then I ended up fleeing out of the grounds through a hole in the wall. And I believe that's where I got left off. And I believe that's where everybody's kind of left off, where RG's currently deep in bed or in the throes. Thaldir and Carrick were heading back to the tavern. Is that right? Or I don't know what you guys were doing. We left off with you guys at the sermon coming out talking, and that I don't know what else happened to you guys. And Cassiopeia was already at the tavern.
I think we had discussed that someone should probably stay with. They want to stay with Father Stone tonight, or at least at the church, not in.
Yeah.
If you guys would like to decide now what you were going to do,
Do I get an inspiration?
you get an inspiration.
Yeah, we had not left the church yet. I think I was going to try and find Father Bell,
Okay.
but
Well, in this case,
didn't
what we're
want
going to do
wander around too much.
is we are going to start with the church pair. So the sermon has ended. People have filtered out. You saw Father Aurel basically storm off after the window cracking. You heard those whispers of, ill omen, is it a sign of some variety, yada, yada, yada. And the church has started to empty out, people leaving offerings, that kind of thing. The gentleman that you guys, set between you, he goes, I'll see you at the immoral ceremony tomorrow then.
Yes.
Yes,
thank you. Thank you, my lords. Good day. And he
Day to you too.
excuses himself.
So,
By the way, his name was Josh Wallace. Not
Yeah,
to be
that's right. I said Josh.
not to be confused with Joshua Fletcher, who was the guy that gave us the information for getting into Landor House.
And he's very good at diverse names, by the way.
I like to think that there's just you have a dice that has like 20 names on it, and you just keep rolling it. And it came up twice, Josh.
Fortunately, 18 of them are Josh.
Well, hey, I have a deck coming for that. So,
Josh's. Yeah. Well, you should see if we can find that Father Bell that we were told about, but I'm not sure going to have much luck if Turner's been taken away.
out of character, can I ask? His brain doesn't remember.
Yes.
Which one? Who was Bell again? Which?
All right. So
religion?
Father Turner was the good priest that Thaldir
Yeah,
had
that
dealt
was-
with, who
that
gave
was
us
from-
the scroll. Father Bell was a priest who would have been around the same time that the high priest was theoretically blessed.
That's right.
And
he was also. I keep wanting to say the wrong god name because I keep wanting to say more, but that is.
Yeah.
He is also from the
he
Talon
was
Church, because
theoretically
they're all from the
blessed
Talon
by
Church.
Talon. Yeah, so it would be seeing if I could find another Talon priest who would be going, yes, I was totally here when that happened. It was totally suspicious, or it was in no way suspicious.
If we're going to, I don't think one of us should go right now in there alone.
Well, I don't expect to wander about in this church. I'd hope to see him somewhere around here. Turner was supposed to try and help that out. But it seems that's not going to happen.
Do we want to try asking around?
Do we see any old looking priests?
You don't actually see any priests at the moment.
Well, that be best if we don't look around too much.
Yeah, might have to wait to more daytime words not sorry daytime appearance, or they might be still out and about. Try tomorrow.
I suppose. I'll
Okay.
start heading for the exit then. If I don't see any priests, I'll just keep going.
Okay, so you head for the exits, and as you start to head out, you do actually hear a couple of people mumbling to themselves about where are the rest of the priests, because it's a little unusual for the hall to just be deserted, especially at the end of the sermon. You know, you think there'd be actual priests going around with collection plates and such. And,
Is there anybody going around with collection plates?
nope.
Just not priests.
You see people like awkwardly putting stuff into the collection box that's like at the entrance, but there are no priests at all.
I'm not going to say this at a whisper, just going to speak normally. This is very unusual to see no priest around.
Yeah, you actually, a few people look over at you. You get some nods. One woman actually has come up and goes, "Isn't it just? I mean, normally you've got a couple of the younger priests coming around with the plates, for a good cause, and I wouldn't complain about it. It's an odd sight."
One would
Out of
think. Yeah, go ahead.
out of character, during the sermon, was there other priests around?
Not that
Who
you
knows?
saw.
Okay. I don't think I even saw any during the service.
Maybe they got some extra duties or something. Well, good night to you, gentlemen. And he sort of takes a leave as well.
There's so few priests here that it couldn't even attend
you
the
demanded that.
service.
Are you addressing that to anybody? Or are you just sort of saying that out loud?
I'm just gonna say that out loud again as she's walking away, I guess. But yeah.
Well, she glances at everything and goes, "Oh, this is a nice priest of any temple in town." So,
We've been kind of around the temple a little bit, right?
yeah, you've
Is it?
well, you've been in the main bit of it
This
and
is where-
into.
I mean, on the outside.
Oh, yeah, you've walked
Um,
around it enough times.
Is it one big building or is it?
It is one big building.
Okay. So they don't have housing.
No,
not
but
directly attached.
it's definitely big enough to have quarters and such within it at different levels.
Okay, but it's not a separate building that we
No.
know. Okay, because I was just say we just go to the back. And find out.
It's one of those fucking approaching monastery buildings. So
Yeah.
No, I'm not gonna try and cause a scene. I will, however, take a quick check to make sure how much coin I have before I try to do this.
put no coins in the box.
I will leave a gold coin sitting on top of the box.
On top of the box.
On top of the box.
No.
Unless
Okay.
it's one of those slanted boxes, which it was gonna.
I was actually
roll
just
off.
thinking about this.
Yeah,
Just rolls off and we're
that
like,
is
well,
exactly why my mind suddenly went, oh yes. They sometimes
Often.
do those types of boxes, don't they?
I will say it's. I mean, they do tend to be slanty, it seems, but it's shadow enough that it's not going to roll off.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
If it's
So you do that, and I'm gonna make some rolls. 1 second.
No, no,
I'm
no.
going to pick the box. Quick, Thelder, distract everybody.
I'm gonna steal the box. I'm pretty
I-
sure it was.
I
Oh,
was
wait,
kind of
no,
like,
Corvus
you know,
is here.
Give me some perception checks, please, both of you.
both of us. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. How many?
Just the one each.
Okay.
Very good, Fowdy. I like it. Okay, so Carrick,
Yes.
you do that does actually get some reactions. Some people catch sight of that shiny gold coin sitting on top of the box, and when most people leave a silver at most and coppers themselves, it's quite a show. There are you hear various little murmurs and whispers. Some like, is he testing us? Is he? If anyone's going to take that, is that immoral one, right? And other whispers of like, look at him showing off.
I'm not gonna stand around and,
Mhm.
and lurk over it. I am just gonna move away right after putting it there.
Yeah. One lad sort of motions at the box and nods at you and goes, "Did you mean to put that in, sir?"
I trust that Talon will see that it is justly used.
Okay, so there's a lot of awkward people right now.
Congratulations, you broke
The
town
more
again.
pious continue to leave, and then reluctantly the rest follow out. And soon enough, the church is empty. People make their leave. For some reason, there seem to be less people putting offerings in after you put that gold coin down, as if people were actually worried about going near that box and getting blamed for something. Or
Well, we
tempted.
don't. What nobody knows is that's the gold coin of mimichood. We just turned it back.
It's a cursed gold coin.
Oh, that would be an amazing magic item.
And soon enough, you're basically in an empty church. There might be a couple of people up the front on pews doing silent prayers themselves, but it's essentially deserted.
I just want to say I am always astounded at the power plays that Hatman does with his character.
Yeah, I was caught off guard.
Go back or what?
It would be best if we're not hanging around in this lobby.
Okay.
I feel someone should probably look after Father Stone.
Up above, Tadon frowns. Lobby.
Well, I mean, technically, churches do have lobbies too.
What are you talking
I'm
about?
afraid
Talon
one-
doesn't monitor this shit. There's like 3 of his
I don't
angels
know.
standing outside, invisible, going, "You son
I'm
of a
sorry.
bitch!"
I should have said Talon's foyer.
Do you want?
Up in heaven, Talon's like, I will accept that.
Do you want to do that? Do you want me to go over to keep an eye on Featherstone?
I would. I feel I should probably stay there.
Okay, I'll
Not
go.
sure if it's best splitting us all off, but
No, make sure that Featherstone knows you're there, so accidents don't happen. AKA, wake up. Why is there another person here? Oh God. I'll head back to. There's nobody here at all other than 2 of us.
There's a few people scattered. This is a very, very large church. There are some people scattered amongst the pews, some at the front praying, but they are engrossed in their own silent prayers. Just civilians that stay behind to do their own thing. But they're far away in the grand scheme of space.
I just wanted to make sure that you mentioning names won't unlike Thaldir, I'm trying not to make a scene right now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what you're talking about. I've not tried to make a scene at all.
You've tried it very explicitly to not make a scene.
Trust that with the coin.
He hasn't tried to make a scene. He's succeeded in it.
I'll go back and keep an eye on Elias.
All right, I believe Cassiopeia is there as well.
I'm not gonna get any sleep. She tries to go up and down the stairs again.
Please check on Klopp while you're there.
Okay. I'm gonna.
I missed.
Remembering we have an NPC.
I'm gonna head back towards the King's Mercy. And we're gonna keep an eye out for Tails because it's happened twice to the party so far.
Okay. Oh yes.
I think we're both going to go to about this. Well, maybe not that corner, but at least to this corner
Basically to the end of the square.
intersection before we even consider departing.
Okay, so you're going to split at House Terrace. Okay, so you walk down together through the square. You can see, people are starting to wrap up their day because it's evening. It's late winter. Well, end of winter, so still dark.
Still no priests.
Still no priests. And you make your way through the square. Blackie, give me a perception check.
Just normal?
Keep it. Yep, just normal. You're keeping an eye out for a tail, right?
Yep.
Okay, there is no tail on your bottom. Nor do you notice anyone following you.
Okay.
And you approach the corner to House Terrace.
Does it look normal?
Every time I hear that, I keep thinking it's terrorist.
Give me a perception check of your own.
Yeah, I'm not so much investigating, but if it looks...
You keep an eye out. So normally the guards at the gate, there's normally a pair of them, and they've just got a short sword on them as a sidearm, right?
Okay.
Now there are 2 guards outside the gate, 2 guards at the immediate inside of the gate, in full armor with a sword and a shield each.
Doesn't look particularly fancy. This is actual functional style.
Yeah, this does not
gear.
look ceremonial.
Man, if only we had somebody who could sneak around to check that out.
I only have a +4.
You are kind of amazing. But
Yeah, but I haven't been told anything because I didn't.
About this time as well. Let's do a happenstance roll.
The roof caved in. What?
Okay. I'm going to let Sammy decide this. High or low on your Corvus's escape escapades, coinciding with a round throw-out time in the church.
Low.
Nope.
Ooh.
Unfortunately, I think that happened just a little bit before.
Mm.
And it's great because I'm pretty sure that the crack and boom of all those magic missiles that went off were covered up by the sounds of singing.
At the same time, it has pluses and negatives for it not happening.
Yeah.
Because this way, there's not a chance of him being seen by more people coming out.
But actually, you know what? I'll give you. What's your passive, Blackie?
My passive is a 14.
I'll give this to both of you.
Yeah.
As you were walking through the square, you did see, sort of wandering off different directions in pairs, what looked like some people in House Landor gear, guard.
Sorry, could you repeat that one more time?
Landor
Um,
guards.
You saw House Landor guards heading off in pairs in various directions. Some going down that street. You saw some walking away from you down there.
Okay, so they appear to be going to various parts of the city.
They seem to be looking around.
Hmm.
Do we know about the two of them?
We did
going
tell
in?
you
I
that
don't
we were
remember.
doing something at
Okay.
Landor and we couldn't talk to you about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
We know they were doing something, but we don't know what.
You also know that
Landor's
we are
on alert.
only up to no good.
What are you talking about? You're usually up to anything but bad.
I know. I'm usually the good one, but I
Yeah.
went with the one who's most likely to cause trouble.
Yeah, we
Slash
figured that
stealing.
was to make it even, so problems
Yeah.
wouldn't happen.
Well, it just means we might live.
Are we far enough away that we're not like directly beside the people?
Yeah.
For
I say you actually saw them in the distance.
okay. Well, we've got Landor guards wandering the city looking for something, and we've got terrorists on alert.
Wonder if it has something to do with the two of them.
Bets are probably on yes.
Yeah.
I'd have half a mind to try and send somebody in to see if we can help them, but
Please
I
do.
think that would almost make it worse.
Thaldir volunteers, also just starts walking through.
I just walk in. Hey, do you have a stupid
I'm back.
human?
Alright.
No, not that stupid human.
So, you guys talking together. Are you continuing walking or are you pausing?
I guess we are near at about the same point where we would have been departing from each other's.
Okay.
I'll say about towards the end of that sort of little talk, yeah.
Yeah. It'd be nice if somebody could go into House Terrors and see why they're on alert.
Thaldir says, leveling his eyes on the pretty boy.
How direct you want someone to be?
Well, I don't think we can con our way into there. You seem to be decently well known, and, well, we all do.
What was the connection with terrorists? Were they connected to Landor?
Yep.
Or
They're basically the third noble house. They're the second oldest, I think, in the city, and they were previously connected heavily with Landor. You don't know the fact that they're now in a bit more with Capet.
We do know that they have been dealing with Landor, that there was an
And-
argument
and then
about how
their relationship is breaking down, basically.
okay.
yeah, how they don't want to do something that Landor wanted them to do.
Mm-hmm.
They seem
'Cause you
unhappy
told us
about
that,
something.
yeah.
I mean,
But I don't
They're
think.
basically coming out of Landor into Capet, but that puts them on kind of fence city.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I guess I could go talk to him a little bit, and actually, wait. I didn't notice anything about the difference. So the actual thing should be
Out of character, what you could do is you could go,
I'm
hey,
gonna actually.
I know this might be a bit forward, but from the group with Father Stone, and it would be really appreciated if, when Father Stone gave his sermon, that maybe you guys were there. Also, how you
Well,
doing?
no, I
What's
have
going on with the guards?
better thing, because technically I don't notice that there's been anything different.
Yeah.
So the
Yeah.
better question, because this would make me suddenly go, wait, is something different? Why? Wow. I'm doing, and I can't remember what character that was.
Elder?
No, the stutter.
Oh,
Penny?
One of
jeez.
Sam's. Yeah. Thaldir, why were you saying about checking in with terrorists?
They've got more guards set up, heavier. Looks like they're expecting trouble.
I mean, I could kind of dust off his clothes a little bit. I could go and see, kind of ask a little bit about if there's trouble.
Well, they don't seem to be the usual girls who fawn over you, but that might work.
I'll go check before I go back to the Mercy.
Maybe you could invite them to the service tomorrow if you need a reason to talk.
That could be a good reason, yeah. Might be good for me not to walk up with you, though. Just, one's a person asking a question, two's
It's only
possibly
like
scouting.
dwarf cooties or something, is all he's saying.
No, I'm more worried that you're
I
going to kneecap
missed-
someone if they give the wrong answer.
I think I briefly lost connection for a second there. I missed a couple things.
Character is basically saying it's probably not a good idea for you both to walk up together.
Yeah. Well, I will. All right. Yeah, that's a really thin alleyway, and then it's the. Yes, I'll totally sneak by the thin alleyway into the graveyard to get
Yeah.
to the temple.
Please don't
No,
do this.
see-
Please.
see, what
please
I'm
don't do
doing
this.
is-
Father
'cause-
Stone screaming intensifies.
Because we're not quite at this intersection yet, right?
I'm saying you guys are basically here now at the end of this conversation. So it's make a decision now or look like you're standing around talking.
I'm gonna start walking this way.
I'm going to.
Why are you walking towards other buildings?
Because I want to give Thaldir time to get past House Terrace. Because at the distance we are, they wouldn't.
So slow. You should
Right.
just act like you got a stone in
I'm
your shoe.
25.
I'm gonna give you guys a little tip though here.
Okay.
People know who you are.
Yeah, that's the
what
point.
I was
You guys
gonna say.
walking together is not unusual.
Yeah, so me breaking off to talk would be fine. Yeah, good point.
Yeah.
Putting too much
Especially
thought into
the,
this.
The
It's not
noble house's
Landor.
guards will have been informed of you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good point. Okay. Well, then I am going to go over to.
I'd like to
House
point out they
Terrace.
probably have some really shittily made sketches of us that they're showing everybody.
Uh-huh.
Gonna
They
be
have
so
sketches of you
offended.
based on the description.
I'm
Oh,
so
God.
offended by this. Oh
Curious
God.
about the description of Carrick.
I'd like to point out that the mouse ears that they put on my character are slander.
Carrick has gigantic eyes, and he is the most Bishonen I've ever imagined.
They made me entirely buck teeth.
What are you talking about? You're just the dot
Yeah.
on the piece of paper.
They're like, if you hold the paper close to your eyes, and this is what you see about the same, you.
I like to actually think what they did for mine is they just drew a picture of Dingus.
And it's gonna be so confusing because there's gonna be the guard who actually, when they finally get it, is gonna be trying to talk to Dingus, thinking that's actually you.
So, are you guys just going to head out the street and do a natural split off?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's the plan.
Alright, you're heading to Immoral, right?
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep
Okay.
going towards the Temple of Amor.
Okay. Right, and Becky, you're heading up to the guards.
Yes.
We have now successfully fully split the party. High five.
Now, Avengers, assemble!
Right.
Oh wait, no.
And we're gonna hop to Gifton.
Oh,
I
how
just noticed
nice of
there's
you.
one tavern we haven't visited yet.
There
in
are
town.
probably many that we haven't visited.
No, in town.
Oh,
In town.
I was talking about
Like
the
inside
outside.
the walls.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's just the one over by Capet.
Yeah.
We should go find the name of it at least some point.
Also,
It's-
every
it's the
temple
fish
that
hook.
isn't.
It's the fish hook.
I don't know if I want to go in the fish hook.
So every temple except for the two.
They serve fish heads. Mmm,
Actually, no,
mean-
it's probably the salty bucket. That's what it is.
yeah. The salty
I
bucket.
mean, there's worse buckets than that at least.
Okay, so Gifton,
Alright,
you have gotten owls onto the street.
yeah. Catching my breath, feeling a bit panicked, and then kind of clasping my one hand into a fist and then smacking my forehead and going, which way would Corvus go? Which way did Corvus go? Which way would he go?
Give me a perception check.
Now we're gonna fail this because that's what I do.
Yeah.
'Cause,
Hello, I'm back.
Hi. All right, so watch me fail a Corvus check. No, okay,
A Corvus check.
I'm thinking about Corvus right now. Just so you know, my passive is an 11 because
Okay.
that's who I am, and I have a 5 because I'm
Right.
gifted.
Well, thankfully, the DM's doing put the DC at 10 because this is really plot fuckery. Corvus was supposed to be here. So guess what? You managed to spot some bloody trails.
I find footprints and blood trails. All right.
It's not so much footprints. You know, it's cobblestone. There's lots of scuff marks in it. Loads of people walk about here, but you do see the old spatters of blood. It's not a huge amount, but you do see the occasional droplets.
I'm gonna run over, check it out, and then kind of glance around, and then I am going to head that direction as fast and safely as I can. I am looking up and around and every which way, in case anything is hunting
Okay.
me or chasing me.
Right. So if you want to follow the blood droplets, you basically have to run down the street to this corner.
Okay.
This is a long street to you. This is big. This is wide. It's expensive. And are you going to run or sneak?
I'm sneaking.
Right, you're sneaking. So you're sticking to the wall. Give me a stealth roll, by the way.
Yep, I will. Actually, I get advantage on that, but let me.
Yeah, roll again then.
Yeah, 15.
Okay. Right, so you're sticking to the wall, moving along, and then at the end of the street, you see about 5 guardsmen, 5 house landor guards, I should specify, start running. You see them come from this direction and continue past. They basically run across the intersection in front of you,
Okay.
way down the street.
I'm assuming the blood droplets head that way, so I'm gonna head that way.
Yeah.
Great.
So, unfortunately, a bit hard to keep up with them. You move along slowly, and as you get to this corner, they are basically, let's see, about, so they move essentially double.
Yeah, they're moving twice my speed
You see them.
or more.
You see them nearing the end of the street. And give me a. Would it be insight or perception? Let's see. Give me a perception.
Okay.
Okay. No, you don't notice that.
Okay.
But one of them gestures and looks like they're going to be rounding that corner.
Okay.
And so you're over here now. Oh God.
You
I
have
need
to
to-
hold Alt. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
There we go.
You could probably make my token smaller to fit the streets. I don't know.
But actually, give me an insight check.
Okay.
Okay, you don't notice that either. Okay. Right. You see them around the corner, and that is where you can see these little bloody droplets going.
Okay.
Notably, it does look like Corvus has tried to cover some of these blood droplets up. If there's a particularly large patch of blood, it is scuffed over with dirt.
Yeah. If it's a particularly large thing of blood, he might have stopped somewhere. Maybe. Hmm. I don't know how fast he was ahead of me, but he's ahead of me. So where's
He
the...
was decently ahead of you. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna keep heading that way then. I'm just gonna keep
Okay, so you oh, it goes up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So you basically they turn the corner way ahead of you.
Mhm.
And you keep running. You still thinking, or are you gonna?
Oh, yeah, I'm still stealthing.
Okay, so you slowly make your way up the street, very carefully following this blood trail.
Which I gotta do
Um,
with advantage. There.
Yep.
Yep.
And I think this is. Give me another perception check at disadvantage.
Okay. Well, I mean, I always roll low anyway, so this can't be that bad.
Wow.
Oh!
Wow. Okay. You hear distant, very distant sounds of clashing blade,
Mhm.
cursing, in a familiar accented tongue,
Mm-hmm.
and it sounds like there is a altercation with Corvus in the distance.
Oh no. Are there people on the streets?
There are people on the streets. You do see people glancing over in that direction. No one seems to notice you, and there is, curious mutterings about what the hell they're doing. People seem to be staying out of this, though.
Mm-hmm.
Notably, there are even a couple of town guards on patrol who are making a very, very big show of we're not getting involved. They are staying straight ahead as they're continuing their patrol.
Making a break for it. Screw stealth.
Okay. Right. So you start running down the street. So I imagine you're still keeping to the side, trying to keep out of people's footpaths.
Basically, just trying
Yeah.
to not get trampled.
Yeah. And you take off down the street. The sound of altercation by the time you're sort of nearing the end of the street seems to have ended. But you can still see these bloody splotches.
Mhm.
And you continue to follow them, and it leads you up through winding roads.
Mhm.
And this is quite a journey for you. It is
Yeah.
a bit of a tiring run.
Mhm.
But eventually, you find yourself. Where is it? Yeah, you are. You find yourself basically over here.
Oh, wow.
Snap it, snap.
Corvus took me places.
Corvus went on a getaway run,
Yeah.
and unfortunately, when you get here, there are. Oh God, give me a. You see these bloody splotches still. There is a lot more blood here. But give me. Well, it's actually. What do you want to do?
Well, what do I see? It's just blood.
You see blood. You see a few scuffs and such. Anything more, you're gonna have to roll me an investigation.
I'll roll an investigation.
Okay. Okay.
I will use my inspiration
Mm-hmm.
that I just got and try to do better.
Okay.
Goodbye, inspiration.
You start looking around.
Uh-huh.
You notice. Okay, this is Corvus's blood. Pretty sure about that. There's quite a bit of it here. Bit more than you think, judging by the amount you saw on the streets was leaking from him before. There are scratches on a wall near the blood where it looks like blades have sort of been parried off, clung against it,
Mhm.
and there are drag marks where it looks like a bunch of feet have shuffled around and dragged the body off.
Gifted paces around. No, 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 no.
And as you're pacing around, your eyes catch something near that blade marked wall. There is a smear of blood down near the bottom. That any of those guys looking probably went, oh, he's hit this spot as he went down. But it's about your level, and it seems to be a very vaguely smudged arrow.
I'll go check out this vaguely smudged arrow.
Okay. You go check out this vaguely smudged arrow, and there's a bit of refuge. These are little sort of back alleys for these houses, and this arrow seems to be indicating down behind basically a pile of rubbish.
Okay, I'll check to see what's back there.
And you go behind that pile, and
There's a rat.
they're sort of and suddenly a cat bounces you. No.
No.
They're stuffed amongst a few little broken bottles and such. Seems to be a sheaf of papers with some blood on them.
I will gather them up as much as I can.
Okay, all right. A little tricky for you because these are, 4 rather large bits of parchment.
Yep.
But you gather these up, you sort of try and fold them up, and you're basically carrying this awkward bundle.
Yeah. It's like carrying a tent.
Yep.
So I've got it all rolled up as much as I can to kind of get something to grip onto.
Yep.
I'm gonna frown because I didn't see them carry Corvus by, and they move a lot faster than I do, so I don't know which way they went.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming from that I did not get a direction that they dragged him, just that they dragged him.
You saw a face sort of lines in the dirt where he's been dragged off, but as soon as it hits proper cobblestone again,
It's
you
gone.
sort of lose it. Even those bloody marks seem to not be there.
I am going to stick to the shadows again,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna head to House Capet.
Okay. All right.
I think that's close by, and it's a long way back for me to anywhere else.
Okay. Give me another stealth roll with your usual advantage.
I'll make sure I actually give myself advantage this time.
Okay, very nice. And give me a perception check, please.
And with the usual, I will fail this.
Okay.
Oh, I know.
So you sort of slip back off into the shadows, and I need to roll a perception on my own.
And I'm assuming with that, I'm getting to look around to see if anybody's following me or tailing me or
Yep.
anything, or dogs, cats, rats, etc. Owls.
Oh wait, it's GM, not DM roll, isn't it?
Mm.
Yeah. Okay, so you sort of slip back into the shadows, and as you're starting to head off, you hear a sound of a raven cawing, and you're able to glance up and see a raven perched up on the rooftops, looking about very intently.
Does it look like it sees me?
It does not look like it sees you,
Okay.
but it keeps, a bit unusually, keeps hopping along these rooftops, looking down one sort of entry to this area, flutters off to another rooftop, appears down another. It seems like it's keeping watch here.
Huh. So, guys, who thinks that might be a familiar?
Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, it's been shot.
I don't know. I don't think I ran into it before.
Here's a secret. Those guards weren't even following the blood trail.
Shit. I won't shoot it because it's Gifton. God damn it. Gifton, why? We need to have an intervention.
But it seems like you're basically hidden from it, and you can slip off.
Yeah, I'll slip off.
Okay, and you're able to make your way back to House Capet, unmolested. Let's see. Cassiopeia.
Yes.
So you're in the bar with our lovely barkeep, who is offering. Do you want some dinner? Have you eaten?
Mm-mm. Cassiopeia is actually checking out the table she plummeled earlier and seeing how hard it would be for her to fix it.
Let's see. This is when your axe went through, right?
Yeah, the one I nearly reduced Corvus to a smear on.
You could fix it up, repaint, revarnish, and it look basically good as new. Although you still feel that little bit in the back of your head that, like, I would notice.
Yeah, but that's because I'm me.
Mhm.
It's a table with the story. That's all.
So
Yeah.
you think you could get it well up to the standards of a tavern?
Okay. I'll let him know if he has something ready to go. I'll happily take something because I haven't really eaten except for the pies earlier.
I don't really have anything ready to go, but I don't mind cooking for you.
Please?
No problem. Help yourself to drinks, and he's going to head out into the back kitchen and starts rummaging around.
Okay, while he's doing that, I'm going to start pulling apart, repairing, and doing what I can.
Okay. Imagine you. Do you have any tools with you?
I wasn't going to leave my tools there.
Okay. So you brought your
I will
tools
leave
back.
the cart there, and I will leave the supplies there, but I will not leave my tools behind.
Okay. So you start. You start basically doing the thing you'd have to do to fix that kind of thing on the table.
Okay,
Go ahead and give me a roll with your wood stuff.
with the wood stuff.
With the wood stuff. Okay. Did he have advantage?
Apparently I set it to advantage.
But
Do you want me to re-roll that?
I'll take the 10. But it's easy enough work. So yeah, you start pulling out. I'll say this is a fucking a salad table. So you pull out the really damaged part, and you're like, I probably should replace the whole lot. I need some timber for this. Yeah. You feel like you're probably going to have to make a trip to actually just get a piece of suitable replacement wood for this section of the table.
Yeah, that's going to be fun. Okay. All right, well, I will wait for him to bring back food.
To start
Yeah,
a never-ending series of repairs, go and cut a piece of wood out of a wall upstairs.
I need to go take a bit of your stairs to fix the table.
Actually, I will ask. Elias,
Yeah.
do you have any spare wood for repairs?
Not for repairs. I mean, there's a few crates down in the basement.
Caspiopea is just smiling. Do you mind if I dissect one?
Sure, but you don't have to. You don't have to work here, you know.
And she's already clopping down the stairs.
The
Okay,
most echoey, terrible thing
So
every time she goes
you
downstairs.
you head into the back kitchen where he's currently cooking, and move past him towards the basement where the final exorcism took place. Yeah, there's a few crates, some empty, some half full, yada yada. And
I'm going to look at the best. I'm going to look for the best crate, and I'm going to take it with me.
yeah, okay. So you're gonna take the whole crate up.
Yep.
So you take it up and looking at the crate, looking at the table. It's not exactly the right match of wood, so you feel like, okay, if I sand it down, give it the right coating, I could probably get it to match.
I'm going to give it some extra love and care.
Yeah, and you start to work on that. Elias comes out with your meal. It's just some simple cooked meats and such. Look like they were cured previously. And he sort of holds the plate, watching you working away in the middle of his bar. He's like, should I just set this down on the countertop?
Please, thank you. I'll have this done shortly.
Okay. I'm gonna go clean up in the kitchen. And he gives you an odd look before continuing back out into the kitchen. Who does this?
Caspiopea does.
Yes. Right. And we're gonna hop over to Carrick.
Okay.
Okay, Carrick, you are approaching the house land or house
Terrace.
guard.
I'm like, oh god,
Don't want to approach the house land or
the
guard.
landlord.
And you see them stiffen a bit, but they were already somewhat on alert. So it's just you get that acknowledgement of we see you approaching.
We're in evening now, correct? I'm
Yeah,
not
it's getting pretty dark.
Good evening, gentlemen. I'm Brain just shut down.
How close are you coming to address them, by the way?
Close enough that I don't have to shout to be heard, but not close enough that I'm...
Comfortable talking distance.
Yes.
5 feet away or so, yeah?
Yeah.
Perception check, please, as you're addressing them. As this puts you within clear gate for you. Okay. As you begin to talk to them, you can see their hands idly resting on their sword hilts. The 2 guards inside the gate are also watching you. But also you see up in the open windows of the actual noble building glints of metal.
Can I tell what they are from where I am?
Yeah, with your knowledge, it looks like the gleam of bolt head.
Okay, so not firearms being leveled. Okay, that's at least a plus.
Yeah, crossbows way better than firearms.
Yeah, but yeah, actually, still firearms. Well, actually, firearms reload pretty quick in this world, don't they?
Yeah.
I'm with the group that was with Elias and Father Stone and them, and couldn't help but notice that you guys had some more guards up. I was just seeing if everything was okay.
See sort of one of the guards sort of squinting through the slits in his helmet, and he goes, "You're one of Stone's group.
Yes.
Which one would you be then? You're he looks you up and down. You're Adalas? Or Mask?
Thank goodness for all
Marsk.
that misinformation that's been getting spread by our party.
Yes. No, I am.
They're taking off them the head's tall humanoid male.
It's like humanoid and male. It's got to be one of these two.
Faldia is thankfully not easily mistaken.
Until you give him stilts.
Yes.
And a long trench coat. No, I'm Karik Marsk.
2 more dwarves.
No.
Okay. And they do actually seem to relax a little bit. And the other guy goes, just extra duties tonight, sir. Lord of the house is just a little concerned.
Okay. It seems to be a good night for being concerned. Also, we were going to invite you and anyone from House Terrace, of course, to the sermon tomorrow morning with Father Stone over at the temple.
Much appreciated, sir. I will relay your message to the Lord.
Thank you very much. He's going to bow because he doesn't have a hat to do the thing. He's a hat. He's a hat now.
I will get on my haberdashery skills as fast as I can, Lord.
You get a couple of curt but respectful nods in return.
Whoa. Sorry. Just had a high-pitched squeal on my headset there.
Also, I should have asked for an insight check.
Okay. Only if I can find where I put my
I don't
character
remember
sheet.
these things.
Insight. Nope.
Yeah, no. Yeah, face value.
There. Yep. Insight does not seem to be Carrick's strong point. Okay. Thank you, gentlemen. Hopefully all will go well for you all tonight, and will not be needed to fight this evening.
Certainly hope not. And one of the guards actually sort of leans, looks down the street, up the street. It's like, you walking on your own, sir?
Now, yes. One of ours is gonna go stay at the temple with Father Stone just as a precaution. I'm gonna head back to the Mercy.
Well, be fast, sir. Wouldn't recommend staying out on the streets on your own.
Yeah, I was gonna head quickly. Have a good evening, gentlemen.
You too, sir.
Those are the 2 nicest guards that we may have met since we got to town. Treasure them.
Because-
They will be dead soon. That is how this works.
I mean, depending upon their level, I might be able to kill them. I'll kill all of them. It fell through.
Blackie, no.
I'm not gonna do it.
That's like Blackie coming around a pole holding a knife. It's just Kronos screaming, Blackie, no!
That's like the thing of what do you have? A knife.
No, this should be like, okay, I get this perfect angle, acid breath. Walk away. I'm going to stay to the main roads. What was Tamari again?
Tamari's the god of love, I think.
Okay.
Am I right?
Don't go there, Carrick.
No, I'm going to be walking past. I was just seeing what it was as I was walking past.
I'm just
So I
saying,
know what it
we don't need Carrick doing that.
Tamari.
I mean, it's got the Zeal domain. Actually, if anybody, he'd probably actually either worship the gentleman or where's the other one? So Miris or
Hevos.
yeah.
It's
Okay,
Mirror's Day
so-
tomorrow.
So you're sticking to the main streets, heading back towards King's Mercy or Immortal?
Yes.
Okay. King's Mercy.
King's Mercy.
Okay. Perception check or
We're off on a secret mission.
I almost click perform, which is the same roll anyways.
delicious.
Nope.
Okay.
It's gonna be niffed.
So but you're sticking to the main street, right?
Yes.
Smart move, boy. Smart move. Okay.
I am also moving as fast as I can at this point, anyways, because I am still a rogue, so I do have cunning action.
Yeah.
So
Okay. So you're not sprinting, but you're using all of your movement actions walking fast.
I am speed walking.
Yes. Okay. Right. You make your way back to the King's Mercy in pretty decent time. Valdir.
Time to see it burst into flames.
Is Valdir here?
Yes, I am. Sorry.
Okay. So you make your way over to the Church of Livermore, and as you round the corner, at the entrance, you do see a couple of house landlord guards. Just seem to be motioning at the little temple, talking to each other.
Like, are they standing in a way that appears to be guarding it, or it looks like they're
They
looking
basically look
at
like they've
the
stopped
building?
in the middle of the street and started looking at it and talking about it.
Hmm. I'm gonna have to zoom in my map slightly, aren't I? Okay, so it's not like I can really hide anywhere and easily try to listen to them.
Not really, no. But they're not being particularly quiet. They are talking to themselves, not in loud voices, but it's if you got any close, you'd be able to hear them.
I'm going to. I'm not wearing my armor wandering around, so I'm not at a disadvantage on stealth.
Are you gonna try and stealth?
No, but
Oh.
I'm going to not loudly walk up
Well,
toward them.
Give me a stealth check anyway. I know this isn't
Yeah.
you being sneaky, but yeah,
No, that's
you're
where I
doing
was
the blend into
expecting
your
it.
environment. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not trying to attract attention.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, I'm a dwarf. I'm used to walking in armor. I'm
you're not
not.
any louder, but I'm going to give you a snippet because they're paying attention to this. As you approach, you hear one of them go. You think he might have ran out of here? It could be inside, you know. Oh, I thought the big rip ordered to go off after him up north. He might have given him a slip. I think what the Lord would do if we brought him home. It's worth a check, isn't it? And then they notice you approaching, and they suddenly jolt upright, face you. One of them, his hand actually flies through his sword, and then the other actually reaches out and grabs his arm.
Gentlemen,
Sir, Forchemma, right?
yes.
Evening to you.
Good evening. Is there anything amiss?
They sort of glance at each other and go, just worried about Father Stone's safety. Don't suppose you've seen that companion of yours, the Hexenreich fella?
No, not in some time.
Well, and they look at each other. Maybe report to the guard if you do see him.
Yes. Is he in trouble? Has something happened?
He's made an attempt on my lord's life.
An attempt?
An attempt.
That is disturbing.
It's quite. And the one who stopped his friend from making a brash action sort of looks you up and down a bit, glances at the temple again, and goes, "Well, I'll bid you good night."
And you? Oh, may you have a safe evening.
He gives you a short nod, and then he sort of shoves his friend to turn him around, and they start walking off further down the street.
Okay, toward the keep. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna head to the temple door.
Okay. You get to the temple door, and do you try and open it or anything, or are you just going to stay there?
I will try to open it. Yes.
Okay. Smartly enough, it is actually locked, and as you push on it, you know the feeling of a door being actually barred as well. Seems that advice for him was not ignored.
Yeah. Gonna slump down and sit there.
I'm not going to try and knock, man. You respectful fuck. Okay, so you basically sit outside the church.
Knock,
What
knock,
time
who's there?
is it?
It's late evening. It's not exactly bedtime though.
Okay. All right. I will knock.
Okay, you knock on the door, and there's a few moments of silence before you hear from the other side of it. Sermons tomorrow.
I know, Father.
Oh, fortunately, one moment. And there's sound of a
10 minutes of
a
bolts
bar
unlocked.
being lifted, and then sound of a lock being turned, and the door opens.
I should probably tell you about what happened at the other sermon tonight.
Oh, Father Turner's.
No.
No, do come in, and he ushers you in.
Yeah. I'll follow him in, then make sure that the door is
Yeah,
rebarred.
the moment you're in, he actually already starts sitting it back up essentially, and you do notice he actually props up a chair underneath the barring as well, which you should probably tell him that's a bad idea.
Door opens outward.
Door does open outwards, yes, and
Um,
also that chair, if anything, would just dislodge the barring.
Father, the
Uh,
door opens outward.
Yes,
The chair is not going to be a lot of help.
and he stands there for a moment before sort of squinting and rubbing the ridge of his nose. Yes, right, of course. Sorry, little tired and frazzled.
You hopefully don't have very much experience with this. It's all right.
Yes, none. And he sets the chair aside. Would you like something to drink? Tea, mead?
That's all right.
Come sit in my office and tell me everything. And he leads you into his office and takes a seat and gestures for you to do the same.
I'll take a seat, feeling a little uneasy, but yeah. Essentially, Father Turner did not show up. Father Orell decided to do the service himself.
That's a little unusual.
Officially, the story is that Father Turner, I believe, is sick. But there were no priests in the chamber aside from Father Orell. Not
That's,
after the service either.
that is very unusual. Did he stick around after the service, or?
Orell, no, left quite suddenly. His sermon itself was a very thinly veiled attack on you, an attempt to discredit.
And he actually looks troubled by this. I'm not really sure why he would do that.
He's an asshole.
He also picked on Elias and
I
House
mean,
Cam.
I know what Father Turner said about his concerns, but it all seems a bit unreal to me.
Yes, he also did make not even thinly veiled comments about Elias receiving the king's mercy and questioning that.
And his frown actually deepens at that and goes, "I may not be the most versed in Orland's, is it Orland? No, Talon's laws, but see, he's not that first. He doesn't even know about God. Um, but he should be respecting the law of the land, and King's mercy is part of that law."
It is definitely either intended to incite possible mob violence or at least turn sentiment against the both of you. And I fear he was attempting to rile myself or my companion.
I do hope you didn't give in to that.
No, I may have said some things that may have turned a few people away from me, but I asked that Talon serve some justice to those being false, and his window cracked.
I'm going to make a roll for him 1 second. He looks a little doubtful, but like worried about ignoring it, considering the bizarre events of his own days.
He's shrug himself, anyways. Like, I'm trying to give off the look of I'm not entirely sure these things are linked, but this is how it happens.
Well, if that, he sort of shakes his head and as if he can't believe what he's saying. If that is Talon answering your prayers, then I suppose that is an ill omen in itself. Maybe Aurora was not all he seems. I have been charged. God, by me.
Because you're a good man.
I wouldn't say that. I'm just a man that enjoys a simple life.
Because you're the chosen one.
Do you try to help people?
Of course. I mean, if someone needs help, you help them, but...
Are you devout?
Of course. I give my Lord my whole.
And that is why.
Duly noted, booze and whores.
Why do you think Argy's been fine tonight?
I mean, fair point. I don't think the waitress would appreciate being called that, sure.
I could argue that there are far more good and devout people than me, but can't exactly argue against my Lord's will, can I?
Oh, I wouldn't say you can't.
Shouldn't.
I'm
not exactly an expert.
I'm not first in these matters. I've been charged, but I don't know what to do. What would you advise?
Well, for one, you keep someone here you can trust to watch over to make sure nothing happens before tomorrow's service.
I can think
Two,
no better than one of your group for that.
that is why I'm here. Aside from that, make sure that you have the service. Say whatever your teachings, your heart, your head, whatever tells you to. Don't
And
try to manipulate them.
Remember that
Just
his
speak.
god teaches peace, because that would be a good thing to leverage.
I would not think of trying to manipulate those that come here for. They're looking for help and guidance. To use that against them would be the gravest sin.
Good. I was asked to help out a gentleman. His daughter is sick. She's been wasting away, coughing up blood.
Consumption.
He claims the healers have not been able to help, and he needs a miracle.
And I take it that Father Aurel has not provided.
Does not appear so.
I don't know if I can do that. I mean, I don't really know what I can do.
See the girl. And if you can help, try to help. If you know another way to help her, miracles aren't always a big shining light from the sky.
And he actually looks momentarily troubled, but he sort of nods. Oh, I was going to take a early night. You're welcome to rest here if you so please. I would appreciate someone being here.
Of course, don't let me disturb you. I did want to make sure that you knew this, though, and that I would be here.
Yes. Well, I do have a few small bottles of mead, some teas. If you want to help yourself, you do feel welcome.
Mm,
Was there anything else?
There are house landlord guards wandering this city right now.
Why for?
It doesn't matter, but they may show up here at some point. I'll handle them as diplomatically as possible. And if necessary, then I will disturb you, but only if needed.
Thank you. Yes, do rouse me if needed. Well, good night to you, Sir Fortimer.
Good night. Get some rest.
And he excuses himself and left there.
And that's how Thaldir became one of the only survivors of this night.
I'm either going to look for a slightly comfortable chair or something and set my...
Good comfy slab of stone.
Charity's office is actually decently made. It's not the ultra comfiest, but it would do.
Is it movable?
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna move it to somewhat. Let me see. entrances I know of are the front door and catacombs. So I'm going to set up facing the catacombs.
Okay, because you'll definitely hear the front door opening.
Yeah.
Considering how much it'll take to open that thing. Well, yeah.
But someone coming in through the graveyard and trying to get in through the back.
Is the
entrance,
office like in the middle between those? Could you just have it in the doorway of the office?
It's more off to the side.
Oh, okay.
But you could conceivably sit in the office's doorway and just sort of look out into the central chapel.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and keep the best viewing
Focus on the back, though.
area. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Scene shifto to Gifton.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm still-
Okay.
I'm
So,
alive.
You make your way sneakily to House Capet.
Mhm.
Along your way, you don't see that big guard group again, but you do see landlord guards still wandering about.
Mhm.
They do seem to be making a circuit back in towards House
Landor.
Landor itself, though.
Yeah. Okay. I'm keeping an eye on them as I go. Still doing the stealthy stealth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But soon, are you going to stealthy stealth along the main streets or keep to the back alleys?
I am stealthy stealth on the main streets
Okay.
because I have worries about the back alleys.
Soon you find yourself coming down the street towards the front of House Capet.
Okay.
House Capet, like the others, has a bit more of a lot going on. But
Yep.
you also saw that early in the day as well when you left.
Yeah.
There was a bit more
Yes.
hustle and bustle.
Yeah.
And they don't notice you because you're stealthy.
And sneaking on in.
Are you're just going to sneak on past the guards?
I mean, the last thing I was told that they have people hidden in House Capet.
Mhm.
House Capet has people hidden in Landor. They both have people hidden in the other house. I don't know who I can talk to.
Okay. Right,
So-
1 second.
I am stealthy stealth. If they spot me, fine. But if they don't spot me, I'm going in.
a 17, right?
I had a. Let me look. 20 was my last one.
20? Okay. 1, 2.
Actually, it was a 19. Sorry.
Okay, none of them spot you.
Okay.
And you're able to sneak on through.
Okay.
It's easy enough to actually get into House Capet. Actually, a bit harder to get into House Capet. You gotta sort of shove those papers
Yeah.
under the door first,
Yeah.
then crawling under.
I also figured that there was a bird that I thought was looking for me,
Mm-hmm.
and so I don't really want to make a scene where there's guards that could possibly be spotted with me going in. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna go on this route. Okay. So I
Okay.
sneak the papers in.
Yeah, you get the papers in, and you are inside of House Capet, the actual building itself.
Okay, cool. Do I remember where the guy's office was on the ground floor?
Yeah.
Alright. Now that I'm inside, I'm actually not making a big deal about this.
Yeah.
If anybody spots
Okay, so
me, that's fine.
You're just gonna walk along.
Yep. It is nighttime, though.
Tell me, how are you holding these papers?
I got them, like, well, they're probably like a big rug.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got both arms around them.
You got both arms around them? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so first things first, a servant spots a moving fucking piece of rolled up parchment,
Yeah.
and you hear a brief screech from this servant girl,
Yeah.
and the classic clattering of teacups
Yeah.
on the ground.
Yep. Yep, that's a mess.
There's then the shouts of what's going on from other rooms.
Yep.
A guard opens the front door,
Mm-hmm.
and you see rushing from downstairs, Cannon Capet.
Okay. I go, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to scare anybody, I'm sorry. Oh no, did you break those cups? I can fix them, I can fix them. Oh god, I'm so sorry.
It's okay, Millie. Just leave them. We'll take care of them in a bit. No,
I'll
you're
fix
not
those.
in trouble.
I'll fix those.
Relax.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to scare. Oh, I scared her.
Who'd have thought someone so small could be so scary? Okay.
Can you take these? They're heavy.
Oh yes, certainly. Look, to my office, please. And he actually offers out his hand for
Yeah,
you.
I'll climb up.
Yeah. Yes. And he carries you to his office.
Gifted actually looks like she's getting like a little hyperventilating, maybe close to the verge of tears.
What's wrong?
I think they got Corvus. I don't
They
know.
caught him.
Yeah, and there was blood everywhere, and I tried to chase him down, but he's so fast and I can't chase him.
Calm down. Yeah, look. Take a bit of this.
And there was a weird bird, and it was trying to follow me, and I don't know what's up with that.
Look, calm your nerves, and he moves what looks like a shot glass, still big for you, full of brown liquid, puts it on his little desk in front of you.
Uh-huh.
Okay, slow down.
I'll take my
a sip.
cup out and scoop some of this up. This is weird looking water.
Yeah, burny water.
Oh, ugh, tinkly.
Yes. Okay, right, slow down.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
I went through the top floor, and they have a bunch of like these tubes with glass and these tubes, metal and pipes, and it has this powdery stuff, and it smells funny. And there's these, and then she takes the bullet off her back and offers that. They had a whole bunch of these upstairs, and
he takes it from you, and he sort of splits it open.
And they had a ton of magic scrolls up on a thing, and the mercenaries were going in and out of the room. And I don't know if you could get back, if the other people got back there, but that's what it was like. And she's going to describe the armors and the weapons and, everything best she can. And
he actually makes you go over this a few times. He asks for clarity and...
And she says, I could try to draw the scroll, but it wasn't something I could read really well.
You couldn't read it? Could you try drawing what it looked like even a little bit?
Yeah, she'll try and do that. So.
Right, give me a... Oh, what do you think this would be, guys?
For what?
Trying to basically...
Communicate
do
this?
a little drawing of a language you didn't recognize.
Arcane?
I could tell you the easiest one, but I don't think she's proficient.
Performance?
What do you think it would be?
I'd just say forgery kit, but...
Oh, that doesn't help. Intelligence. Give me a straight intellect roll.
Alright,
Yeah,
it's not going to go
probably.
well. I am a fae of very little brain.
Wow.
And a
Whoa.
great
That's
big
pretty
effing
good.
heart, okay? Great big effing heart!
Now, so while you don't understand what you're noting down, you actually do manage to recreate the symbols you saw fairly clearly.
Yeah.
You're an artist.
And
All the scrolls had this on it. All the scrolls. Every one of them. Is it bad? Is it a bad spell?
It's not enough of it to me. That this is draconic. That's definitely magic, but I'd have to.
Do you have
As a note,
do you know a
you
mage
know
that
someone
can
who
look?
knows Draconic.
Yeah. Yes.
No, I don't.
One
Yeah?
moment.
I've spoken it multiple times.
And he stands up with your little drawing.
Mm-hmm. He walks off with it.
And he goes,
I'm 3 cups of tea in now, by the way.
Yeah. Just relax for a moment, okay?
This tea tastes bad.
Do keep the candles away from that black powder, by the way. And
Is it ink?
no.
Like, why is that bad? Was it going to kill me if I was carrying it? And then she starts freaking out again.
If I blow it into the candle, what happens? No. I'm not doing that, by the way.
And he leaves for a bit, and he's gone for about 5 minutes,
Mhm.
and then he returns without the piece of paper,
Mhm.
and he comes and sits back down and says, "Okay, my brother's going to try and discern what that is."
Anyway, there was a noise downstairs, and it sounded like they saw Corvus. And I know I'm not supposed to, and my dad would be really mad because when somebody gets spotted, you're not supposed to go. But it was Corvus, and I didn't want to leave him, so I ran downstairs to go find out. And then there were all these guards, and they were trying to find what was going on. And one of them, I think he saw me, or he thinks he saw me, and then he ran me into a room because he was trying to chase whatever the little thing was, and he kept yelling he didn't know what it was. And then there was a cat, and she's just like racial terrified cat.
You say they got Corvus. Did they get him in there or?
No, I followed the tracks or the blood. He was bleeding really bad, and there was blood all over the place. And it's up the street from here and over. It was a long way. And she gives that long way like it's a long way for her. And she's like, but there was like a square, and there was a lot of blood, and I could tell they dragged him. I think they dragged him, and I found all the papers that he. I think he left them because there was like a little arrow in the blood, and I found it hidden in the trash. And I'm pretty sure this is his.
I will take a look at this in a moment. And then he heads through the door, and he sort of opens it, leans his head out, and shouts, "Pierce! Wash!" And you hear footsteps coming up the hall. Okay, on the low, go check out, see if anybody saw someone being dragged into House Landor, okay? Ask around, find out from me. And you hear, yes, my lord.
I have a duty of care. I'm supposed to take care of him.
You can only take care of others if you take care of yourself first. You did a good thing coming here. Let's take a look at these.
And hope this isn't wrong to do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have Gifton like mulling over her drink and go, "Where did Melina find that feather?"
She found it within our grounds.
That's the same bird type that was chasing me. The weird smart bird.
You did it. What?
You get a prize.
Sam,
Yeah.
have an inspiration.
I have one again! Yes! Your daughter, I told her it was probably an angel feather because she believed it was an angel feather, but it's really not an angel feather. It's a raven or a crow. I don't remember which.
It's a raven.
It's a raven or a crow.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a raven's feather, and that raven it was acting too smart. It's acting way too smart. It's like somebody's controlling it.
Familiar.
You think maybe they're spying on your daughter or you? I don't know.
At the mention of somebody spying on his daughter, you see his grip on his desk tighten, and there's a sudden gritting the teeth. Before he takes a deep breath, one moment, and he stands up once more, heads to the door, glances out of it. God, I've sent them away already. One moment, and he storms off down the hall, and you hear him yelling from deep within the house. "Guard, any guard, get over here!" And you hear footsteps approaching, and then you hear him going, "Okay, I have had enough of these raven pests flying around my house. They are now to be shot on sight. You understand? Any raven, any bird you see."
Don't shoot my pseudo dragon.
Hmm.
She's saying that very. Don't shoot my pseudo dragon.
Of course, not the pseudo dragon. The young lady's mount. Do not harm
He's
that.
kind of coppery and gold.
Yes. Blackbirds. Shoot any blackbirds you see. And you hear once again that sort of "yes, my lord" from a couple of guards.
Jeez, just the blackbirds,
I
eh?
know. Racist. And he comes back in, and he sits down, and he looks like he's struggling to keep his sort of look at decorum now. Spying on my daughter.
Do you think my family's okay?
Family,
the fang cut's right next to Landor.
I will have some guards that go there anyway, but I doubt they'd make a move on.
Well, don't keep your guards here. You need them. She's just wringing her hands. Is there anything I can do? I'll do anything.
Well, first you need to calm down. Let's see what your friend found. Yes.
Okay.
And he spreads the papers
There's a lot
out on
of
his
blood
desk.
on this one.
There is quite a bit of blood. And he actually looks a little concerned at that.
She looks very concerned as well. I'm sorry it's so late.
Let's see, this is correspondence with some far noble.
Mhm.
This is bills for mercenaries.
There were a lot of those.
There do seem to be a lot of them. This pay would account for 30 odd men. Where is he keeping them?
He had a
Did
room.
you see many in there?
Yeah, there was some inside, but I mean, I didn't get to check the third floor because everything happened with Corvus, and she frowns. I'm sorry, my lord. I should have done better.
Joshua didn't mention 30 men.
I only saw one of the ones that Thaldir said he saw before. Because Thaldir told me that he saw coming out of House Terror, and she doesn't know how to say the name. Terrorists. That there was some sort of argument with the terrorist people and some mercenary-looking people, and that was an explosion. My dog is now mad. House Terrace, and they were saying something about that House Landor goes too far, and they were trying to remind House Terrace to keep to their bonds or whatever, and House Terrace said no, they wouldn't. And
Goes too far. Does he know about what?
She shakes her head. He didn't catch all of it because he's kind of he's a dwarf.
Right. Terrace is not deigned to inform us of anything that Landor is going too far on. Okay, right. We'll take a look at these later. He sets that piece of paper aside, looks at another one. I don't. This is nonsense. And he actually sort of motions you to walk over and take a look yourself.
Okay, I'll go look.
And it does see there's a mix of like just random word section, jumbled words, random letters.
She's gonna tilt her head and go, "This looks like that book that Carrick reads."
What do you mean? What?
There's a funny book with fake words that he reads. It's like top of the fish, and it's supposed to mean something else.
I'm expecting this is a cipher of some sort. Carrick knows about these things?
Yeah, Carrick Marsk, he's this really... You met him? Remember he's the pretty boy in the nice outfit?
Oh.
Him and Corvus can read the weird words. I can't read this,
We'll have
though.
to get him over here. Actually, it would probably be better for you to take this to him. I don't want too many people to be seen walking in here now.
Yeah, I didn't wanna... Sorry I scared everybody, but I figured if I walked in and, like, alerted the guards at the front, that it would probably cause more of a scene on the street.
Yes.
But I don't want to scare people, so if there's a better place for me to come in and wait, I can do that next time.
If you want to come in and just announce yourself once you're inside.
Okay, I didn't know what to do, so I was sorry. And I know that nobody wants us in their house. I guess I don't know.
No, you're quite welcome here.
Okay.
All right, and okay. So if you take this to your Carrick fella. Whoa.
Fireworks?
No, my head just spun.
Oh.
Whoa.
No, he's possessed. Quick,
Take
take the
a seat.
exorcist.
Then drink some water when you get a chance.
And let's see, this last one. Oh, well, this is interesting. This looks like a letter he was penning himself.
Is it to a girlfriend?
No, it's not to a girlfriend. And one second while Addie opens up her notes. 1 second. Bup. Oh no. Oh god, my search indexing.
You broke it!
Sorry, Allie. I'm so sorry.
Tarnstead. And it's... Okay, yes, there is. Do you know who a Dow Edmund is?
Yeah, Del Edmonds was the guy in charge of the keep at Tarnstead. He was super important.
Super important.
Yeah, he was the guard guy that went missing, and Shire Reeve was really mad because none of us knew where he was because he wasn't at the battle against the Goliaths. He was nowhere, and everybody, I guess, panicked in Tarnstead because he wasn't there to lead the defenses.
Well,
That is as much as the player remembers about the elephants. Never met the man before though, because we weren't allowed to go up into the keep because for some reason that they had a lot of like cats and rat traps, and they weren't very nice.
well, and he actually turns the letter over to you.
Yep.
And it's unfinished. There's even
I thought he
blotches
was
where
dead.
maybe not. I don't know when this was referring to, but and letter basically seems to be addressed to a lord, and it's just Lord. But then it goes on to say, we have been moving into positions as instructed by Dowell Edmund, and we are ready to act on your. And then it just smudge off.
Gibson frowns. This doesn't sound very good. Dal Edmonds was a military man, right? So, what do you mean orders? What are they doing?
I don't know. But maybe this, and he taps the gibberish.
Gifton's gonna frown.
You should take this to your man rather quick.
She gives a weary look. Why rather quick's a lot harder for me.
Where's your mount?
I sent him back so he wouldn't get caught when we were at the. She frowns. I didn't want him to get caught at House Landor, so I sent him away. He's
As we get a brief cut to Dingus screaming at the end windows, wanting to be let in.
Is he? If he's screeching out the windows, I'm going to poke my head out going,
you hear
"What
some
is that
battering at the
racket?"
shutters.
Yeah.
I'm throwing open one of the windows and looking out. What's the racket?
And suddenly you have a dingus attached to you.
Ah!
And we cut back to Sam. To Gibson.
I don't have any mount right now. She kind of says sheepishly.
Okay. Well, perhaps one of my servants can take you.
Do you want to put me in a pouch or something like that so that they don't get seen packed with me?
If you're comfortable with that.
I'm used to it, she says kind of dejectedly.
Okay. Right. Yes, that's what we'll do. Okay.
Find the fanciest pouch in the mansion with the softest lining.
Well,
Okay. And
Bring me
okay.
the velvet pouch.
I'll go get someone. You-
maybe don't tell them what they're packing.
I suppose yes.
She
says with a look of concern for you.
I say with a frown. She's just like, just stuff a kerchief or something in there, something to pad it.
Let's see. And he actually rummages around and he pulls out what looks to be a basically an old sort of satchel for papers, leather satchel. And he grabs some of his own, lovely.
She kind of gives a sad look and goes, "If they know I'm in there, people act differently, and they'll act very suspicious."
Yes, and I put the paper in here with you, and then he takes some other just random papers and stuffs them in.
Yeah.
And then he sort of opens it up for you.
Yeah, I'll get in.
And right, okay, keep quiet until you're home, I suppose.
She'll nod.
Once you know what's in there, either come yourself or send word. Do as you see fit.
I'll either come with Carrick or I'll ride with my mount. We'll get you the word immediately, sir.
Okay. Right, and he
she
closes
nods.
the satchel up.
Yep.
And
it is dark.
You feel that shifting movement as he carries you out, and then Tilly, I need you to head over to the King's Mercy. Well, you know, we're going to be patroning them. Some of the papers to do with that. If you could hurry, please, girl. And you hear, yes, my lord. And that feeling of being handed off. And soon you feel that from somebody moving along. Without much care for jostling you. And scene change. We are going to go to... Who are we delayed on?
Argy.
Bargy, yeah. Oh, man, Argy's hard. Ha! Oh, wait, she's not.
Muted that.
Ain't I just in a room to sleep currently?
Well, you might actually be mid-coitus right now. I don't know.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I don't think there's much we can do there.
Oh, shit. I
Unless
hate
you
to do
feel
that.
like
I mean, I can have somebody come in and stab you. Do you want to
No, I'm good.
Haha.
do you want an attempt on your life? You know, I'm willing to offer you something to spice it up.
I'm good.
Kronos had joked about how he'd wake up in the morning with a dead girl beside him and a knife at his throat. So
Okay. Actually, you know what we'll do? We'll do something to spice it up that isn't just stabbing you. Actually, yeah, this is a very good time for it. Okay, Argy, you're sort of having another little intimate session. You've had a bit of break, and things are just starting to get hot and spicy when you start to hear a bit of a ruckus from outside. And it's try to ignore it at first, but it's coming closer, and the light outside shining in is a bit brighter. And it's getting brighter, and that sounds getting louder. And your companion actually sort of stops you and sits up and looks over towards a window. What is that about?
I don't know. I should probably put on pants first as well. But
Well, only if you need to go out. And
are you go and just kind of peek out the window?
okay, you see coming down the street seems to be a group of about 7 or 8 people, holding various things. Some have got torches. Some are holding just random pieces of wood. And there's one at the front that has what looks to be a very cheap holy book. It's the binding's not good. In fact, the binding is probably just these are sheets of paper held together by string. And they are moving down the street.
There's a procession of people with. They have like more than just torches and like pitchforks and shit too.
Not quite pitchfork levels, but you can see pieces of wood and such are being picked up that are clearly with that intent.
Shit, the peasantry has pitchforks and torches. Shit's getting real.
They look like they're going somewhere to fuck someone up.
And she actually just gets up and comes and looks beside you. And as the mob starts to move past your window, you can hear the one at lead reciting something. And it seems to be a salam prayer about dealing justice.
That doesn't sound good.
Not good, but maybe not our concern.
What direction are they headed?
They are headed. Let's see. I said she was about here, right? Somewhere up here.
Mm-hmm.
They are heading. Basically, give me a insight check. Yeah, they're heading in a direction that you get a gut feeling. It's towards the King's Mercy. Like they could head off somewhere else, but that's a place you're familiar with that is in that fake direction.
Mm-hmm. Argy's just gonna start cursing. Go, I think they're headed to Mercy, and I'm supposed to be the guy they're alive.
Wait, what?
Basically, it sounds like the Talon guys might be trying to incite riots.
That's nonsense. Why would really? It's likely none of your concern. Why don't you just? And she pats the bed again.
I'm gonna go.
Do it, RG. Do it.
I'm sorry, I can't.
Do it.
And she puts on a pout and sighs and. Oh, don't make yourself a stranger after this, please.
Kronos?
Absolutely not.
Kronos? A weem away. Don't worry about it. I will deal with them.
You can deal with a couple, but that's a fucking big ass mob, and more.
I will deal with them.
And also, in character, Argy is not aware of that.
All right, so you're gonna get
RG
dressed hurriedly.
still a weem away. Stay in the jungle.
Yeah, Argy's gonna get dressed and get her ass moving.
Okay. Are you going to try and trail this mob or get ahead of it? Because with your movement speed, that's easily
I'm
done.
gonna try and basically cut down an alley and get ahead of them.
Okay. You trying to be unnoticed as you do this?
Yeah, good idea.
Right. Give me a stealth check. DC's not hard because they're not actually looking off behind them or anything. But wow.
I
Okay.
mean, come on, Toby. I know you want to take this mob by yourself, but a good thunderstorm needs a cold air pressure, and here comes RG. She's.
Right. So
Oh, everybody's ignoring that Karen going
you
there.
you move
That's
up behind the
because
mob.
you're the heat. We have icy hot, and that makes thunder.
Right, so you start following the mob just to find a good spot to like sort of track and keep ahead of them, you know. And as you start to move off down the alleyway, you see one of the ones at the back sort of glance off behind them, and they frown as if like, hang on, is that one of them? But there's that look of uncertainty. You've been spotted, but nothing's happening beyond you being looked at.
She's
You
gonna
continue-
do the really dumb thing with that, and the minute the guy looks and kind of gets that look, she's going to smile, wave, and bolt down an alley.
Okay, you bolt down the alley. Yeah, and you hear, hang on, wasn't that one of the? And you slip off.
And she, at this point, going to just start doing alley cuts to try and get ahead of them.
Okay, right, and yeah,
Stop cutting our GM.
give me an acrobatics check just to see how many sort of fences you can leap to get there faster. Just want one. Okay, yeah,
Oh.
you make good time.
She Nicholas Angel that?
Yeah, totes. All right, and you start running towards the King's Mercy. Carrick,
Yes.
you're a little talk with the House Terrace guards. Heading to King's Mercy after that.
Yes.
Yeah. Right, so you started to head off in that direction, and yeah, you do notice that whole thing of there's patrolling landlord guards. You seem to go by unmolested though, and yeah, you reach the King's Mercy. You're gonna sort of start. Let's see, is the door locked? Yeah, the door would be locked. So yeah, door's locked. The windows are shuttered, except for upstairs. Seems to be some windows open for some reason.
I'm gonna knock on the door and call out that it's Carrick.
Okay, one second, Carrick, and you hear footsteps going towards you and going, and then the mutter of, "When did Dingus get here? Get down from there!"
And Caspian just get off of me!
And you can hear meep, and
I don't care.
and the sound of Stentor hooves very unsteadily coming downstairs. I might add, and the door's opened up for you. And it's Elias sort of beckons you in.
I'm gonna head on in.
And as you head on in, give me a perception check.
Perception. Nope, that's performance. Perception. 15.
Okay. As you start heading, you see from around this corner, Augie running.
Argy's running for the door. We're gonna peer past Argy, kind of.
What did Argy do this time?
No, nothing following Augie.
Why she's running?
Yeah,
She appeared to be drunk, riding in a straight line.
You can see Carrick ahead of you. You've managed to make it to King's Mercy. He's just out front the door and looking at you.
Basically, going to when she gets closer to this skidding stop. So there's a big fucking group of people coming, and they're sounding like they're going to look to hang, son of a bitch.
It's probably thanks to Orwell? No. Orwell.
Orwell.
Probably thanks to Orwell. He was...
Corral?
Yeah, the father.
Father
Plan.
St. Jack has caused a problem. What a surprise.
Yeah.
Excuse me, my lords.
Just get in and
And there is a girl. Looks like it's a servant girl. Standing there with a leather satchel, and she looks like she's wanting to go in the door that you guys are currently talking in front of.
okay. She's outside. She didn't magically get inside. Okay,
No.
I was a little worried that we were like, RG, let's get inside and look. I'm gonna do a perception check real quick.
Yep.
Make sure that there's nobody around.
I mean, apart from this
Before
girl
you-
that's trying to get in past
That's what I'm
you,
saying. That's what I'm saying. I want to make sure there's nobody with her. They're trying to hide.
With that perception check.
I don't think it pierces bags. Does
No,
it?
Well, no, I
this
mean, like,
isn't for
yeah.
you.
Yeah.
I was seeing if there's people with, like, do we have someone ready to kill us waiting behind her trying to sneak in? Type.
Okay, so you do a quick check around, and there does seem to be somebody down the street that is looking at her. A very casually dressed guy, and he just seems to be watching, but he isn't making much of this exchange.
Come in, young lady.
Thank
get
you,
in.
and she follows you in.
I'm gonna close the door behind her. Just because we know there's issues, and she probably overheard there is a mob coming. How can we help you?
It's the Mr. Canto. You're not him.
No, Elias.
And Elias sort of stands up from behind the bar. It's like, yes, can I help you, miss? And she goes, I've got a package from my lord Capet for you. It's like, okay, give it here. Thank you. And she hands it over, does a quick curtsy, and then looks like she really wants to leave. She hurries over to the door.
I'm gonna open the door for her.
Evening, my lord. And she hurries off down the street because she heard talk of a lot of people approaching here. Yeah.
Be careful.
You're doing the smart thing of, I'm getting the fuck out later.
Yeah. Is that person still where he was?
Yes. He watches her leave, and as she runs basically past the part of the street he's on, you see him start to follow at quite a distance. But and give me another perception check.
So I have a 14 passive.
You see him nod towards the other side of the street, but you don't see yet who.
Did she say she was from Capet?
She said something from my lord Capet, so...
Okay. So I'll have to... making a mental note to check on her tomorrow.
Gifton. You feel it's a little jostling or somebody like shaking the bag curiously.
I'm waiting for a minute here.
And then it's opened up, and open a little wider, and you see the face of Elias peering in, and then it goes ah!
Ah!
And the bag is tossed slightly, not violently.
Ah!
That's what I was hoping. They're tossed or just dropped.
Yeah. Basically, the bag lands on the counter.
Ow!
Gifton!
That is the worst greeting you've given me.
And suddenly Dingus is leaping onto the counter and
Oh.
nosing at you,
Corvus,
checking you over.
I think might be dying somewhere. I don't know. Anyway, I need Carrick. You need to read this.
That was very different things. I'm gonna pick up whatever she said.
You give him the right piece of paper.
Yes, I give him the right piece of paper. I know what gibberish looks like.
Right.
And I'm not looking at it immediately.
Sorry for the deception, but they're watching
where-
everything on the streets right now, and it was going to take me a long
That
time
girl
to
was
get
being
here.
followed.
Are
Oh,
you just gonna?
That's
go,
good. She didn't
I
know I
apologize
was
for
with her,
taking
so
some of
that's
this behind her.
that'll be good.
Well, hopefully nothing will happen. I think tomorrow we can have to check back with the house and make sure she got back okay.
Yeah, I'm sure we also need to make sure Corvus is alive.
That was the next question of where.
There's a building, a bunch of buildings, and she's gonna just like, there was like a trash can, and there was like a brown house, and then there was a red house, and then there was like a little area in a courtyard, and there was blood everywhere, and they dragged him away, and I found an arrow, and I had all the paperwork, and I need you to read that.
Well, to be honest, we probably have more pressing concerns at the exact moment.
What's the matter now?
There's a group of people with torches and various influences of violence headed right here.
Okay, so before the people with torches get in here and light my important paper on fire, can you read it?
I will look over.
Okay. You look at this paper.
I'm assuming it's thieves can't. I hope.
Unfortunately, it's not just thieves can't. It's basically a form of thieves can't, but you look at it and there is a lot of gibberish in this. Although, with your eye, you know it's not actually gibberish. It's
Give me
code.
a second, actually. Because I think I have something for that specifically.
That'd be nice.
Also, Gifton is covered in more dirt than you've seen. She's got a cobweb stuck on a boot. She's got blood caked on one side that's not hers, but it's hard to tell.
Might match the stuff that's on the paper.
You don't know what's stuck to her cloak right now.
Aren't you lucky that Dingus doesn't try to automatically clean you? Like,
Dingus doesn't want that on him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's why you're lucky.
I feel like mending and all that is a thing. Just the free cleanings.
Yep.
That's Presty.
Yeah. Presty is the cleaning. I don't have
The
Presty.
whatever is a thing.
Yeah.
Okay, unfortunately, the thing I thought would work does not.
Well, whatever
So-
Allie wants you to roll.
Yep.
Yeah, I was looking at disguise kick at forgery kicks. I thought there's a thing.
Right.
For
So there's going to be a thing that says immediately you can tell. Yeah, this is code, right?
Mhm.
I'm not giving you that much with your thieves can't.
Okay.
However, you might be able to figure it out, but it will take time. You would have to sit down and actually work at it. This isn't a I can glance and ta-da without the cipher for it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is gonna take a little bit of time, Gifton.
Okay, tuck it into your pocket and don't lose it. Okay, please.
I'm gonna stick it in the bag of holding.
Okay. Don't throw that on the floor. So what's this about? Something bad's about to happen? I'm gonna get my bow ready at the same time.
Cassidy is
serendipitous.
already starting to head for the door with equipment.
You do hear from outside shouts and yells now.
And what are they shouting and yelling?
So there is an overwhelming voice that is still reading Talan prayers about facing justice and all that jazz. And you hear a few yells of murderer. Should have been executed. Don't want you here. Submit yourself to justice. And incoherent mob noises.
Someone's gonna have to be reminded of how King's Mercy works. It sounds like.
Oh, it's jingle jingle. That's loud.
It was my coins. Sorry.
There's Gifton's brows are gonna furrow. She's gonna glance around, realizing Thaldir's not here for a change, and that means the major force of angry personality with thaumaturgy and druidcraft that she would rely upon is not here. And in a great booming voice that can only be mustered with the assistance of spells. We're gonna hit the button. Is it Druidcraft or is that Thaumaturgy? No, Thaumaturgy. Gifton is
3 times as loud as normal.
three times louder than normal. Cranking it up a notch.
Oh no!
Hey, I'm usually pretty loud for my size.
For your side. Yeah. I say, taking it into account.
Taking into account the great booming voice of Gifted, is gonna be going, good people, worshippers of Talon, the king's mercy is law. Does not your god teach you to follow the laws of this city? Lynching.
Are you doing this from inside?
No, I'm gonna hop on Dingus and I'm gonna go over to the door and do this.
Okay. Guys, opening the door up.
I'm not. I don't open the door.
If she's trying to go out,
Yeah.
I will. I mean,
Yeah.
I actually trust her.
Yeah.
Sometimes I question trusting her, but I do right now.
I like good people of worshippers or followers of Talon. Does not your god teach to follow all the laws of the land? Does not your god teach you to respect community? They would not wish you to act in violence and carelessness in such a way. They would ask that you would go through the courts, that you would make the changes by law and not succumb to the temptations of this chaotic behavior.
Okay. One. Persuasion roll, please.
Oh, this is where I'm gonna probably lose my other inspiration tonight.
At least you got another one.
I thought I did a pretty good job, so let's hope. Good luck.
Okay. Very nice.
21.
Yep.
You see a few members of that crowd. About 4 to 7 of them. Sort of quiet down. And there's that.
Is
that
there
no-
not a path to forgiveness that is given to you?
I'm
Okay,
gonna have
fair.
to stop you a second.
Yep.
So you see some of them quiet down.
Yep.
But you get an immediate retort from the one in front,
Mhm.
who shouts, those pretenders of Imor, trying to mislead us with your words. Father Aurel has shown us what the truth of the situation. He knows the law better than you.
Father Harrell, who screams and frets like a child in the street. Did I not see him fret and anger and anguish in the street not but a day or so ago? That was not befitting of a cleric. That was not befitting of a man.
You have seen. Is it you who's passing these slanderous rumors about?
What slanderous rumors have I passed?
Are you
Kurt's
lead over
gonna-
the cart? What the fuck happened?
Oh, it's gonna get more fun. Kirk's gonna walk out. You mean the priest whose own god cracked his glass?
I look over and go, what the hell happened?
Giving Caspian.
Wait a second, let me turn the volume back down. What happened?
Wait, record
Your
skip?
head
What?
a prayer.
Another
And-
trick of your kind, committing sacrilege against our church to try and
I
shame Father
urge
Aurel.
you, good people, respectful people, if you do have cause against this man, if you do have cause against any of us, please go through the proper channels. Please obey law. That is what this is about, is it not? Do you not wish to be on the right side of this?
Okay, alright, so I want another perception check with advantage.
Yes.
And everybody to make me a perception check.
14 passive.
I was really close to rolling.
I'm gonna
perception
I'm gonna
check
use
just
my
now.
I'm using my thing. Yeah, fuck yeah.
Oh, you had
No, I was doing
You had
persuasion. I
advantage.
I did
You
have
had
advantage. I did.
yeah. Sam said. Ali said
That's an
advantage.
advantage.
Oh,
So you don't need
yeah,
to use
okay.
your.
Okay,
one
well,
for
let me do my
that.
perception roll now.
Good job.
Okay, yeah, that's normal for gifted.
You're too busy.
I'm busy talking, and I am actually saying this very empathically because not only am I saying these things to try to help convince them, I'm saying it because I believe it. I will gladly turn myself over to the Shire Reeve and find your justice if that is what you are upset about.
Okay, so you see now a majority of that little mob. There's a few uncertain murmurs to each other. One of them tugs on the arm of the other as if saying, "Let's go," you know.
Yeah.
But the lead dude reading from the book and one dude standing beside him just seem a bit angrier now. And let's see who notices. Cassiopeia, Argy. Oh, yeah, that's it.
Because unless it's before 14 for my
I was confused because that's why you were just rolled. So I was expecting, but it's like Corvus isn't here and Fowler is separated. That's right. Okay. Carrick and Argy from nearby the crowd, but not exactly part of it. You hear a dude yell, "Don't believe the deceiver's lies," and then a rock is thrown by some dude standing nearby at one of the windows.
Huh?
And he instantly tries to slip away.
So, I know I'm responding.
Yeah, I know how Casper is responding.
I-
Argy, kid him.
I'm just going to fucking vault that direction into the alley. I'm pretty sure he can't move faster than 45 meters a second. 45 is around.
I like how you said per second.
For whatever. I mean, it's 6 seconds.
Yeah, 45 feet per second. Crack, boom! As Argy breaches the sound barrier.
As you leap out, the leader tries to rally his folks with a, "Yes, do not believe the deceivers." And he's going to make a very weak persuasion attempt. Yep. And you see him sort of gesturing as if, like, "Hey, follow the example of the one that threw the rock." But those people are trying to slink off. They're trying to disperse.
See, and I will look at the man and I will go, "I hope that you find solace in prayer and guidance from your God."
And he looks down at you, and there is a sneer on his face, and he just says, "I hope you burn, faith filth," and he storms off.
I'm kind of expecting that.
Yes.
Is inciting a riot against the law?
Probably.
Don't make me use a trip attack on you.
Oh no, I was just going to grab him and drag him up to the keep. Going, yeah. This one just tried to burn down the
I am going to I am going to like kind of say to you behind me, "Let them go.
Argy,
they want this fight."
You can very easily catch up with this dude. I'm not even going to make a thing of that. You are very much able to catch up with this dude. Who suddenly looks a little panicked to realize he's been spotted and is being followed very, very rapidly. And he does try to make a run for it, but again, not hard for you unless you want to let him go.
Nah, grapple.
Okay, grapple. Make an attack roll, please.
Yep. Well, my attack. So, yeah.
Okay, right. That's really all I'm gonna need for you. Technically, you're gonna make a strength check, but fuck it, make a strength check, Argy.
Since I'm a monk, would I be able to sub dex on it?
No.
Okay. That might actually be bad.
Well, you barely win. Okay, so you sort of fucking whack this guy and grab hold of him, and then he's basically putting his hands up in front of his chest, like, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa!"
I just gonna go, "How's it going?"
Did they break the glass?
Whose stupid idea was this?
Oh, actually, I should see how accurate it was. You launched it at the window. Did he hit? Yeah, he hit the window. So yeah, there's a hole in the glass.
I was hoping you aimed at us because we aimed at me. I was going to use the catch missile that you just fired back at him.
I'm going to, while this is going on, look at Carrick and go, "Can you help me fix the glass?"
Sure.
Figure if you pick up the pieces, I'll cast mend, obviously.
You can guys check mend and its size rules. I'm not sure.
Just one, as long as you can hold the, as long as. Actually, I've got the card right here.
Yeah, just someone paste it in.
Yeah, I'll hit the button.
Yeah.
Sorry, one sec.
So Argy, you said whose stupid idea was this?
Yep.
Yeah. He's like, not mine, not mine. There's nothing personal against you lot or what's his name, the Cantor fella.
What's his name?
Hey, given that they're inciting people to kill a man, and if we hadn't defused it, possibly try and kill us, can't help but feel a little personal, bud. Now, I got interrupted from a lovely evening to help stop this horse shit from happening. So your two options right now are going to be you give me information, or you're gonna kiss that wall.
Oh, right. Give me an intimidate with advantage.
Fucking hell!
Is that look? I'd like to. I really would, but I can't. You know, just that brings a lot. That brings a lot of trouble. I mean, like a knife in your back trouble.
Argu's going to calmly reach into her thing and pull back up a hand with the iron knuckle equipped.
I know about you folks. You're good people. You wouldn't.
Here's the thing. There's a
Where's
lot of people
Corvus
around me
when you
usually
need it?
stop me from being a very angry person. And usually I have drinks, that sort of thing. I have like 70 years worth of issues to work out.
You're bluffing.
Go.
You miss.
Oh,
Oh my god, you miss.
Going straight past him and at the wall.
okay.
I'm just saying,
Unfortunately, this is a miss, and I'm gonna get the flavour of this. So, you do swing at him, and he sort of moves his head aside, and you impact the wall. But he does know you actually did try to swing at him. However, let's see, grappled. But oh god, you have advantage on that anyway. But you already had that with that roll.
Mm.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was like, I had that on by accident. Oops.
1 second, I'll check something.
Actually,
Uh,
I
he
would
can.
like to actually use Elven Accuracy to reroll.
Oh, yeah, you can. Well, you can do an extra roll essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, you hit.
Ow.
So that's 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so basically, you punch him in the face with brass knuckles, and
That's
suddenly
what I
there's.
do with gut.
Are you going for the gut? Okay.
Yep.
All right. So he doubles over, winded and wheezing, and.
So,
Oh.
I don't think you heard me the first time.
Discord's breaking up.
Server.
Yeah, server.
Yeah.
Yes.
Changed.
Alright, let's give it a second.
Yeah, my connection.
There we go.
There it goes. Back to
Yeah, it was all of us. It wasn't just you.
Right. Well, is that okay?
She's like, so allow me to repeat my question because I don't think you quite heard me right the first time. Whose stupid idea was this?
Give me another intimidation with advantage.
Uh,
Good
see
luck.
if we can roll better this time. Yep.
Yes!
Yeah, much better. Okay. All right, please. Oh. And he said you punched a commoner with brass knuckles, so it's going to take him a moment to actually
Mhm.
recover. But he's like trying to put one of his hands up as if like, yeah, I'm going to cooperate. I'm going to cooperate.
Oh, yeah, she's calmly just waiting.
It was that fella. He works in House Landor. I know his name's Joshua. He paid me some good coin. He said it was just to come here and start some trouble off.
My god, is there a third Joshua?
No,
Is this the same one that she was talking to before?
this is House Landor, House Capet Joshua.
It's Fletcher.
Oh, Fletcher. Wasn't it Joshua Fletcher?
Yeah, it's Joshua Fletcher. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's Fletcher. That's why I'm
Yeah.
differentiating them
Yeah.
by last name.
Okay. Well, thank you for the information. Sorry I had to punch you in the gut for it, but I kind of at the end of my rope for the day, so.
Please, let me go. You
Get going home.
won't see me again.
Yeah, I was gonna say, get going home. And next time someone pays you to do a stupid fucking idea, remember there might be someone like me who doesn't really have a qualm with punching.
Never again. My word. And he sort of
Get going.
he walks off, clutching his stomach.
Argy is gonna call me, take the iron knuckle, put it back in her thing, gonna dust herself off, and then get going back to the King's First.
Back at the King's Mercy, the crowd is dispersed. With that bitter retort at Gifton.
Mhm.
And Fowdy, you're having a peaceful time. It's getting a bit chilly.
Quiet there.
Could do with a blanket.
Did I leave my armor here? I
No.
think this is the last place I was before going out.
Oh, actually, it was. You
It
did
was,
change
yeah.
there, yeah.
Yeah,
Put your armor on.
so yeah, I'm gonna
If you
take a
want to
look at
warm
my
up,
armor, kind of make sure it's in good condition.
Mm-hmm.
Still keep myself in my observing spot.
do you want to do some maintenance on your armor? You know,
No,
a bit
that
of
takes
polish.
a little too much
Attention.
attention, and also polish.
You gotta do
Oh.
it.
What kind of person polishes their armor? You
Weeb,
know what
Setsu.
Sam Vimes says about those with polished armor?
That's true. That is true. Oh no, that's not your inspiration, is it? Jesus Christ, I'm fucked. Okay. Yep, you're having a wonderful time. This is the most peace you've gotten in a while, actually. I think.
I know.
The peace that only the dead can bring.
So, Augie's interrogation is going to take a few minutes. What would the King's Mercy's group like to do?
I'm asking Cassiopeia and Carrick to help me get the glass
Fix
together
up.
so I can do it. Because I can do
Yep.
a
As
foot in
the
any
hole
dimension.
isn't
So long as the hole's
a
not
foot.
bigger than a foot.
Yeah, I don't think it's any bigger than a foot, so.
Yeah. So I'll mend that back up with their help, and meanwhile I'm going to be going, Cassiopeia, it's so good to see you. Oh man, I'm so worried about Corvus and my mom and Care, and they're all at the fine cut. Everything's just going wrong, and Mr. Capet wants me to bring back the translated thing as fast as we can, because there's a scary black bird that was chasing me around town. And I think it's he said it's a familiar.
Familiar?
Yeah. He says it's one of and he's saying shoot down all the birds, bad black birds.
Anyone that wants to do an Arcana roll DC
I-
10, you'll know
I
what a
can.
familiar is.
I
I mean, won't know exactly what a familiar does and all the truth behind it,
yeah,
but you know.
it's something.
It's a magician's
magicians
pet.
have.
Yeah.
But I think they definitely got Carrick. They definitely got him Carrick. I couldn't save him. I tried to get downstairs fast enough.
Meep, meep. And
And
Dingus is sort of
I'm
like-
gonna hug on Dingus. If you'd been there, you'd have been fast enough. I shouldn't have sent you away. I'm sorry.
and you get those flashes of stay with Gifton.
hug on him. They had these weird these weird tubes with she just starts describing the firearms, and there was these little cartridge thingies, and that had this black powder in it that Capet opened up, and he told her not to touch it to fire. In case anybody knows what a gun is.
Most of you lot will have seen these in the Tarnstead garrison. You know what it's a very basic form of gun. It's considered the easier accessed ones.
They had a whole bunch of those, and then they had a whole bunch of magic scrolls, and there's like 30 mercenaries that Landor House has hired, and
What kind of magic scrolls?
I drew it up for Mr. Capet. He was gonna take it to a mage to get it figured out, because I'm not a mage. I don't know how to read things.
So, you think
Do you see any
Landor
more
has...
about it?
Also, Mr. Landor, Mr. Jax Landor was writing a letter, and it's really fresh. It was maybe the last thing he was doing before Corvus took his stuff. And
Or Corvus did what he does.
and I don't know how Corvus got all these things, but he had so many papers. But the person he was writing about in the letter, it couldn't be true though.
Why?
Because she wrings her hands and she frowns. I don't think he's alive. He was saying that under the directions of Lord Dahl Edmonds, that they were almost ready with preparations for, and then it trails off. And that they would act on his command or something. But Dal Edmonds, he was in Tarnstead, wasn't he? He's the garrison commander that went missing.
Carrick,
Yes.
start decipher that as quickly as you can. We're going to the keep.
No.
What do you mean? No.
Corvus told me that what I did was very bad. I don't want to get in trouble.
Yeah, but at the same time, if they're planning a move with a guard who should have been at Tarnstead when it was raided, this is information on either a desertion or treason.
They're a very powerful house though here, and if we go and spread rumors, no one's gonna believe us. We're nobody.
Yep. And Elias sort of he seems hesitant to butt in, but there's a bit of wisdom in that. We might want to see what Carrick's note there says first.
That's why I said I wanted him to decipher it.
I know, but I just don't think we should go to the garrison right away. I think we should go to Capet, because he's the only one I think we can trust. And Capet really wishes to know what it was that Landor House tried to push Terrace House to do, because remember, Thaldir said that he overheard Terrace House refusing to do the thing that Landor House wanted, because Landor House was going too far.
Finally, could RG made it back by this one?
Yeah, you can walk in sort of
during this conversation.
Basically then, yeah.
We probably finished the glass and then you came in.
Yeah.
Sorry, just coming at the end of the sentence. Lingo. Any of y'all know a Joshua?
Which Joshua? There's
yes.
Joshua Fletcher.
Might be him. Work for Landor?
No. Well, he works for Landor, but he works for Capet, spying on Landor.
Okay, so, fun fact. Dude I grabbed. Hired by him.
Oh.
For Landor.
I feel like these are things Capet should know.
That's probably a good answer.
Gifton's giving this sad, weary look, and she goes, "I am very tired from running around town, though. It is
also, I don't like the real world."
You want
Gun
to lift,
to
get there?
Oh, you aren't gonna shake me around like the last girl and then throw me when I get there. She looks over at Elias.
Sorry, I didn't know you were in the bag.
you also have Dingus.
Yeah, she's gonna hug on Dingus. Well, I mean, the thing is I don't think any of us should be alone. They're trying. That guy seems like he's trying to make people hurt you, Elias.
Yeah, this is going a bit further than just slandering me now.
Oh,
Yeah, there was quite a bit at the.
Oh, by the way, I was supposed to tell you that House
Sermon.
Capet wanted to be your patron or something, and they really like you and stuff, or things, and they feel bad that all the bad things that have happened to you, and that. Anyway, but he's nice man.
He nods slowly. Yeah, a nice gesture, completely out of kindness of the heart, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's not related to any kind of good deeds of things that have been going on related to an angel or anything like that.
Or snubbing a rival house, maybe? No,
Or
not at all.
nothing like that, I'm sure. But
I'm pretty sure if I return for that, a gift horse
one
in
of
the
the things
mouth.
I'm really worried about, and I
He
don't
looks at
know,
Cassiopeia.
is Mr. Capet's been giving these really sad looks about his daughter, and his daughter had found a feather in their courtyard from a black bird, just like the bird that was chasing me, or was trying to find me earlier. The weird familiar. Yeah, that one. Anyway, but I think it's been spying on his daughter, and I told him about that, and he seemed like he got really upset, and he loves his daughter very, very much. And I don't want anything bad to happen to her because she's a really nice little girl.
It's probably spying on the whole family. If it's spying.
That makes the most sense.
I will start on the cipher in a moment. With everything going on, I did not get to take care of something Thaldir asked me to take care of, which is checking on Klopp.
Oh, we
Unless
could do that for you while you look at the cipher.
Okay, someone
Okay,
can
well,
take care of that.
I'll go with
who's gonna-
RG. RG, me and Dingus are gonna go with you to go check on Klopp.
Dingus hisses.
I nod. We must make sure our hell beast is safe, though.
Dingus is mixed feelings. Those colors are blending.
It's only because Thaldir can't ride another pseudo dragon that we have Klopp.
Hey, it's not like
Reluctant blurple.
Reluctant purple. Did you get to
RGM
have all your
dying.
eggs tonight? Did they feed you good?
Dingus
got-
is now going to frantically flash images of the skin. The skin.
What the heck is... I told you to give him Scotch eggs!
I
He seems
started with
very
Scotch
upset.
I started with Scotch eggs.
He want more. He want more of the cooked skin.
I gave him a bit of my pork belly, and got him some
Crunchy
pork
squishy.
belly
Crunchy squishy.
and a baked potato.
You decipher that. Come on, RG, let's go check on Klopp. Cassiopeia,
Wait, how much was disciple
can you
purple?
make sure to keep watch while Carrick's distracted?
Mhm.
I'm sorry to treat you like a soldier because I know you're not one.
now scrub
Also, I hope the
floor,
cart went really
clean
well
out
for
the
you.
loot
I
crate.
hope they didn't light it on fire when they were incited into a riot, and I should have said that to the GM.
Fine. I wouldn't touch that.
That's in a different area, and they probably don't even know about it.
It's not multiple mobs or anything. Alright. Okay, so you're able to go check on Klopp. Klopp's A-OK because I'm a friendly, nice GM.
Other than that arrow stuck in his side, but he seems to be unharmed by
No,
it.
he's just got a stone right next to his feet that was thrown
You
in
sold him
there.
out another feedback because that's just how you keep horses content.
Yeah.
Shove sugar in his mouth,
Eat, grow fat.
so that when it breaks a leg, we can eat it.
Cass, are you going to stand guard over Carrick? How are you standing guard? Are you going to stand somewhere?
I'm
Or
just
you-
going to plop down somewhere because Cass has repaired the table, repaired everything else. Was going to have some excitement and is now bored.
Yeah. Didn't get to
sorry.
crunch some skulls.
Oh, she wanted to beat. They wanted justice. She was going to bring them justice. Also, she's being constantly shot down tonight. So
Oh, I'm sorry.
I mean, he'll let you try to decipher it if you want.
Have you renamed your weapon Justice?
No, that's when she gets the +1 version.
My axe is named Justice.
Yes.
Intelligence.
Save or just check.
Just a check. The mental saves come when you actually decipher it. Okay, this is going to take you time. This is going to take hours.
Okay.
And you can sort of you're starting to get a feeling of how long it's going to take trying to like even get started on this. Feels like there's a pretty complicated cipher here, and it's going to take you a while to. You need a bit of paper. You need to start noting down, repeating shit. It's going to be work. It's going to take you. You're probably not going to sleep if you do this through the night.
It's unfortunately probably for the best to do it though.
Mhm.
Through the night because we've got I almost did a seance tomorrow morning.
Is the thing in the
A
morning
sermon.
or is it later in the day?
I don't know when it is. But...
The sermon, I believe, is supposed to be about midday.
Okay. Still don't want to. I want to have it ready before it happens, just in case this has anything that might cause problems.
Yeah. So you're going to work on this through the night.
Yeah.
Right, you can tell your companions.
Well, I only have one, so at this turn time because they probably
They
left.
can come back in. They've checked
No,
on
we
the
live
clock.
in the barn now.
Oh, I figured they were
Decided.
leaving. I figured they were leaving directly after checking clocks.
where would we go?
Thought you were gonna go tell
We
Capet.
were going to go
No, we're
to
gonna-
pay a couple.
Valdir.
I wasn't gonna. I was just saying we go check on Clout and then we come back in and find out more because I didn't know how long it would take him. So yeah.
Valdir. It's getting spooky.
Yes. What do you mean?
The wind blows under the door in a really weird way. Makes this sound.
You start hearing this whistling noise and then you realize it's your nose.
And then it's like, wait, is something scratching at the windows at the back?
Then you
He
remember.
saw an actual ghost. At this point, the sounds are just like, fuck it, whatever.
I'll look over, see if there's something at the windows.
It's a creepy hand. No, it's a really shaped, weird branch. Oh, that was a shock for a moment.
There's an actual creepy hand. Unfortunately, it's not dead.
Oh
It's just
no,
a
jump
hand.
scares.
You go over there with your candlelight. The shadow is cast. It spooks you for a moment. Oh wait, it was just a few objects arranged on a shelf. It looks like a person. Oh,
Oh, it's just this really creepy doll. Wait a second.
I'm sorry, Valdir.
No, it's all right. I knew this was a possibility. I just thought
I
it
can
was
have a crowd
important.
come in and stab you if you want. I'm gonna offer this to all the players to spice things up.
Like I thought it was a possibility that there might be something that goes wrong, so better to cover the bases here.
Oh dear. Okay. Yeah. So you're able to come back in from seeing to Klopp and Carrick. At this point, you're sort of realizing this is going to take a while.
This is gonna take hours. This is
Oh, no.
not a simple one.
Gifton's gonna frown. We should let House Capet know about Joshua Fletcher, but I don't think we should leave anybody behind. We should all go to House Capet together. All of us, even Elias.
Well, if we do that, we're definitively tipping our hand, and also, we ain't coming back here tonight.
No, we're not coming back here tonight, but
We're going to tip our hand at some point, right?
we have to tip our hand at some
Yeah.
point, and this is too sensitive to be left alone. If they find out that Carrick's here with the special note, that they're probably very upset they're missing, right? If it's something important, then they might come here while we're gone, and it won't be safe. And if we take it on the streets, they might ambush us. So it's better if we stay together. Right? Cassiopeia, your parents were smart military people. What do you think?
Cassie's dead.
Saying, I think
missed-
Cassie fell asleep.
Sorry, I missed that. What?
I was saying, I think that we should, as a group, all of us, go to House Capet together, bringing the barkeep with us and everything, because I'm worried that they probably know what they're missing from their important letters, and they're probably trying to find it, and would attack any of us going in small groups anywhere, and we're safer as a big group together, making that trek to Capet. I say all of us that are currently in the King's Mercy goes to Capet for the night. Because we need to let them know about Joshua Fletcher.
And then she was like, "Do you think it's okay, Cassiopeia? Your parents are smart military people."
Yep.
Going there might be safe, but it might also kick off whatever Landor's planning.
Well, that's the point. I mean, this is just me personally, but I'm always one that likes to try and lay low until I'm forced not to.
But at the same time, if we force them to move early, they might not be at full strength. They will have to make rash decisions if they are not ready right now.
Another note. Where's Valdir and Corvus? Did you mention that Corvus was taken? You did when you came in, didn't you?
Yeah, they took
Yeah.
Corvus.
It's like Faldir and Father Stone are separated off. And, I mean, if we move, what are they going to do to your boy?
What are they gonna do to him when we're over here? We're already away.
I mean, they're probably hurting him pretty bad right now. If we kick things off, that hurt and, hey, where did you put our stuff might turn into and he just draws his thumb across his neck.
I can try to make the flight across town.
I can run it.
You get a meep of Dingo saying, I'll come with you, as if not understanding the implication of flight would
Yeah.
have to have him.
Yeah. Yeah, I go. Want me and Cassiopeia to run it to them, and then RG, can you stand guard?
Honestly, the two of us, I can probably move quicker while still keeping quiet and cast a bigger kind of threat to dissuade him from coming.
The thing is I'm more worried about somebody coming at me on the street.
Meep. And
And
you get height.
And I nod to Dingus and I go, he can fly high, but I frown. I go, I mean, if Cassiopeia wants to do it, maybe we should let her do it.
Archie, I also need to stretch. I've been cooped up for 2 minutes.
Out of character, Toby hasn't gotten to do anything for like ages. I mean, to be fair, you were also kind of in sex mode for like a day, but you were both kind of in that. You just got to punch somebody. Out of character, it's not a good decision for Cassiopeia to be the other one that goes, but I think the character player needs to do it.
I mean, there's another option. Just one or two you go and try and make it look casual.
Okay.
It's risky, but I mean, she's not going to sneak, is she? He says, looking at Cassiopeia.
I shake my head. If it goes bad, Cassie, run fast. We'll fly high. Okay. Or punch, kick.
Well, there was that pie place nearby. Is it too late to get pies?
It's way late in the night. Everything's closed.
Cassie pokes her head out. Oh, it is.
Yeah, it's past dinner time, and Gifton frowns as her stomach lets out a little.
Aww.
I'm sorry, tummy.
Hang on. How about we make a little bit of a show of this? And he says, picking up the bag. I'm gonna make a big thing. Raise my voice a bit. Yep, I accept. I accept House Capet's patronage. Hey, Cassie, would you mind running back my signed response?
Sure.
Yeah, but no, don't pipe up yet. I haven't said that out.
No.
I think that's gonna get said outside.
More food.
I think that's just her standard volume, to be honest.
I mean, that work for you guys?
I nod.
Thumbs up.
Right then. He stuffs the papers, sands the one Carrick has back into the bag.
Yep.
Right, who's going? Cassie and anyone else? No travels alone, right?
No one travels alone. I'm going with Dingus. Unless you guys want me here. Actually, you know what? Actually, she's gonna frown and go, I'm kind of tired. RG, go with Cassiopeia. The two players who've gotten to do the least should get to go. Tell them I'm here with Carrick and that we're deciphering. Okay?
Okay.
So
I trust you to be safe.
Carrick?
You and Cassie.
Do you guys have any of the bottle of the liquid that heals?
Cassie actually brings around her career bag and starts going, yeah, I have bottles.
Carrick, do you have any?
Yes, I've got 2 left.
RJ, do you have any?
Nope. I used my last one keeping Corvus alive last time he got stabbed.
Carrick's got me. Carrick, give one of yours to RG.
Okay. I will give one of my healing potions
I have a cure light wounds left, Blackie. I will spend it on you if the time comes.
Okay, I have a potion of healing back now.
And before you guys
Honestly,
go,
if-
I want to lead us all in a prayer.
Is it good to crack more glass? Because if that's so, well, we already had one.
Dear Mr. Talon, sir, I do not do prayers at all, and am not sure what I am doing. But we are very scared, and there are a lot of bad things going on. And I worry about the city, and the order and the sanctity of it. I feel that many people are doing bad things in your name. I hope that you will guide us so that we will mess it up worse. I am sorry if we don't know the right things to do, and I hope you have patience for us. Thank you for your time.
And please, amen. And please keep all of this building's glass intact.
Is that how you do prayers?
Yeah, sure. Right.
I mean-
come on, you two. Bono,
I mean,
Edge, this way.
did you say Bono and Edge?
Yeah,
Yeah, you too.
you too.
I'm just making sure I heard it right.
Good luck. Good luck.
You, Cathy, and
Good luck,
Argy.
people that deserve some time to run.
Out the door first, if you please.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Right. And you tell Lord Capet that I'll be very happy to accept his patronage. It's going to be a great boon to me.
Will do.
Right.
Yeah. Don't forget the bloody bag. And he shoves it into your arms, Cassie.
And Cassie puts it in her. She's going to strap it
Bag,
alongside her other bag.
Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah. If you go back tonight, I'll treat you to a round of drinks.
I look at Argy. I look at him. I look back at Argy. I don't think you have enough.
Shut up, it's not a charade.
No,
proper
he's
response.
saying that seriously. She's saying that seriously.
Good jest, my friend. And he closes the door.
And Cass is immediately taken off running.
Are you following?
How fast does RG go?
I think with your speed up, you're 5 fast.
Okay, then I'm going to just go fast enough so you
You're
can keep
50,
pace.
right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm
Right, perception checks on the both of you.
This is the best situation because you both need the stretch.
well.
And neither of them are observant, so it's better.
Oh, this is even better.
Nope, Cass is more paying attention to the road.
And I'm going to count you as helping his performance check. So he's gonna
Performance?
do it twice. Yeah. You just put it on
Oh,
the show.
on
Wink,
Technically,
wink.
it's deception.
Elias, not.
It's deception. Actually, deception.
I thought you were talking about one of the two of them. I'm like, wait a second.
Okay, yeah, the deception
Yeah.
goes through just fine.
Hey,
Yeah, so neither of you notice, but so you take off down the streets towards House Bay.
Gifton, while I'm doing this, you said that there was something you drew for Capet.
yeah.
Did he say more than that we should have a wizard check it out?
I don't know. He kept leaving the room, and he's a lot taller than me.
Did he s-
And, his
How does
desk
that prevent
was,
talking?
desk was very high.
I was very scared.
And I was very scared, and he gave me this brown liquid that didn't taste very good, and my tummy's upset.
I have no idea how that means anything about if he said anything, but is that in character or out
Yep,
of character?
that's in character.
I wasn't sure. Okay.
It
Could you
smelled
draw
like
it?
Corvus's bottles. Okay. Can I draw it again, Allie, or do I have to another check?
You guys will definitely do another trick.
I'm drunk now. Good luck.
Yep. So
You know what? I'm burning this inspiration script. Goodbye, inspiration.
Oh,
Bah! I'm drunk.
nice. Yeah, she scribbles some really jagged-looking shit.
I'm wobbly. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I'm dirty. I'm gonna go. I want a bath.
So I'm
Gets
gonna
so
get
clean.
No.
I'm gonna get nothing off of the drawing. I take it.
Nope.
Okay.
I did a better one
Okay.
earlier.
I'll have to. I
Let's
guess
just
we'll
tell
find
someone
out.
to go get it.
I guess we'll find out when we talk to them next.
So,
I think we'll just focus on the
want
thing.
me to? I can prepare you a little dish of water to bathe in if you want.
Hey, you got that? And do you have any leftover food? Even just a crumb or two?
Yeah, sure. I'll swap both of those out for you.
I haven't got anything yet today.
Right. So, Carrick, you'll be able to get to work. Gifton, you'll be able to have a bath and something to eat.
Yep.
Cassiopeia and Argy, you take off towards House of Landor at a great speed. If anyone was going to tell you, they'd be having a fucking hard time of it just through the sheer keeping
Speed.
up aspect. And yeah, soon you find yourselves approaching House Capet. The guards at the gate look briefly alarmed at the rapidly approaching figures, but thankfully Centaur and Drunk Elf are easy to identify. And they already start opening the gates as you approach.
And
It's
seconds
going on
before, yes, Cassiopeia is putting on the brakes a split second before she reaches the gates and just doing that slide, and then happily trotting through the yard.
And yeah, come on in. You are escorted up to the house. The door is opened. A butler receives you. For Lord Capet, I assume.
Mm-hmm.
He's Great Lord or one of the younger lords.
I'm pretty sure head
You
on
know
for the one I
Callan
need.
Capet because you met him.
Yeah, it's like Callan Capet.
No, the young lord. Good, very good. And he leads you in and leads you deeper into the house. And
Cassiopeia is actually looking at all the woodwork as she goes by and treading very carefully.
it's decently made stuff. Actually, a little bit familiar to you. It seems a bit more ornate, but it's very much like the craftsmanship that is in the King's Mercy.
Okay.
And you are led deeper in, and the butler raps on the door and says, Lord Capet, and he looks at you, searches his mind. Cassiopeia Steelshod and Argy Fowl here to see you. Please let them in. And he opens the door for you and beckons you in.
Cassiopeia trots in.
Let Cass in, then just kind of close the door behind them.
Yeah, the butler closes the door, and Callan Capet stands up from behind his desk and goes, "Did not expect to see anybody so soon."
Cassiopeia waves, and first she pulls the bag off the satchel and goes, Elias would like to happily say that he accepts your offer of patronage, and we do need to inform you that there was an incident at the King's Mercy.
Is Gifton okay?
Gifton is fine. She arrived in good order. However, a mob attempted to storm the inn.
A mob? How much of a mob?
Well,
Like
the mob got mopped up through words.
So it was resolved without incident.
Yeah. More importantly, they tried to have a backup guy to help kind of rile him up, and he was hired by someone named Joshua who works at House Landor.
No, that's not right. Joshua is one of our men.
Are you sure about that at this point?
He frowns, and he sticks his head out the door, as he's wont to do. Find me Joshua. Yes, Fletcher. You know the man. And He comes back in. And what makes you say that?
Well, there was a guy in the alley who was there to try and help rile up people when it started to die down. Threw a rock, missed. Well, he hit the window, but didn't any of us. And then when I grabbed him as he tried to run away, he said he was hired by a Joshua who was as landlord. And given the threats I gave him, I have little reason to think he's lying.
Oh, I suppose that's what I get with paid loyalty.
Also,
This is when you should give him an ugly look.
Yes. Yes.
Also, I don't know if this is important, but the mob was incited by a sermon given at the Temple of Talon tonight.
I'm not surprised at this point.
And apparently we have been drugged into this.
I mean, we were probably already involved in it. The whole angel basically appeared directly in front of us going, "Hey, buddies." So,
Your friend
Caspia
accepts
kind of
himself
grimaces
as
at the mention of the angel.
Yes, it's all a little bizarre and just getting more convoluted, it feels like. But I appreciate you informing me about Joshua's loyalty. I'll see if I can find him. Was there any other word? Did Mr. Mask have any luck with that note?
It's
I
going
think
to
he said
take
it's probably going
hours.
to take him all night to get it done.
Oh.
But he's working at it.
Okay. Well, I don't like this situation at all. I need to see to the safety of my daughter. Is there anything else?
I just like, eating anything?
At this point, how far your house is likely trying to keep a low profile as much as possible, I would assume.
Yes.
My question is if they come at us, how far can we take it before it becomes too big of a problem?
If they come at you explicitly, then, well, deal with it on the terms they present. If they attack you in secret, try and deal with it in secret. If they attack you openly, defend yourselves. I'm not going to ask you to throw yourselves on the sword just to save my house and face.
And if need be, how do we want to involve the Shire Reef?
He's a good and honorable man, but at this point I'm not sure who to trust. So we'll see when we have a better idea of what's going on. I'm worried that even if he is, as he is presenting himself to be, that one of his men might learn of something, and the wrong man, wrong place, giving the information to Landor.
I mean, for the guards they hire from here in town.
Yes.
So how many of them could be sons of Landor to begin with?
Unlikely sons of Landor, but
Or sons of ones loyal to them?
yes, that's my concern. Whether it be loyalty through some of the family working for Landor or through money. Well, thank you, ladies. I appreciate you. Oh, something to take back to. My brother was managed to look at the lovely drawing Gifton provided. Fortunately, there isn't enough there to discern exactly what the spell does, but it appears to be some sort of conjuration spell.
Oh, that's always a good thing.
Yes. Oh, if there's anything else, ladies?
That's all I can think of, but given that you're worried about your daughter's safety, do you want us to stick around here tonight?
I'm not worried about I have quite a guard. You're welcome to stay if you consent for yourselves, but I have things in hand.
I think Kronos said his daughter's safety, right? Or,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, same thing. He
Yeah.
believes in he's got a lot of guards.
Well, we should probably head back to King's Mercy because the more of us there are, the safer it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yes. And he looks at you, Cassiopeia, and you're able to carry a large package. Yes.
Yes.
Stick around for a few minutes, would you?
Mm-hmm.
I'll return shortly. And he leaves the room. He loves leaving people in his study. Some sort of power move is really weird.
One of these days, I'm gonna go through everything in his drawers.
Yeah.
That'll be my power move. You didn't
My
tell me not
God,
to.
all full of porn.
Cassiopeia is actually going to just do the casual stroll around the portion of the study we're allowed to be on, but not go behind his desk.
You just got to stroll around. It's very well kept. There's this lovely globe with ill-defined continents because the aim ain't going there. There's a painting up on the wall of him, his wife, and his daughter. Some nicely arranged bookshelves. Yeah, very nice study.
I'm looking at the picture of him and his daughter because he mentioned her.
Mm-hmm.
And Cassiopeia is just going to squeal a little bit. She's so adorable.
She is pretty damn cute. And about 10 minutes pass. And then he returns and he has a couple of guards with him who are carrying a long wooden box. Do you think you'll be able to manage this?
Cassiopeia looks at it. What sort of box is it? Is it just a box?
It's long, fairly thick. About the length of your toric body, really. It looks like it'd be heavy, but you could pack it.
Mm-hmm. Cassiopeia is going to fiddle with it a little bit, shift it around, see what the weight distribution's like, and then she's just going to haul the thing up.
As you shift it about, there is the sound of clunk, clunk from inside of objects moving about.
Okay.
A gift for Elias to help rebuild his inn.
Okay. And Cassiopeia is going to take it and carry it out.
Okay. Right. So he shows you out himself, and if there's any need, do send someone over.
Mm-hmm. With this gift for Elias's patronage, I think he will be quite happy.
I do hope so.
You know, it'd be really a shame out of character if we were at this point to pass off a certain sending stone to Mr. Capet, and before doing so, send a message to, or even drop by to tell Thaldir that his stone is now linked to Mr. Capet.
Ridiculous.
Wouldn't that be a fantastically crazy idea?
Let's see if Cassiopeia would even think of this.
Well, I'm just, saying out of character.
Intelligence check.
In character, RG doesn't even remember the sentence.
Yes, actually, she might.
Because you do have a lot of strategy backgrounds.
With that intelligence check, I'm going to let you also know that he's a noble with lots of money and might actually have some himself if you inquire.
Well, Cassiopeia is going to quickly, while they're still inside and in his study, she's going to ruffle through her bag and pull out a sending stone and just kind of whisper, "Thaldir, the stone's going to Lord Capet," and she's going to hand it over to him in case you need to contact Thaldir.
Oh my God, this is an old model. Okay. Certainly. Thank you.
We found it.
God damn it, Allie. Now you got me thinking of
Cassiopeia should
nobles
totally be like
upgrading their sending stones every year with a new model.
We just handed him like a Nokia 5100.
The eye stone.
The ice
It's a
stone.
really large stone that you can bludgeon someone to death with. That'll send a message.
Old model, but I've had these survive bomb blasts and everything.
Run over by several carts.
You might say if we had more, we'd pass more around, but this is all we have, kind of thing.
Definitely mention that.
Shh, do that. Can't see.
I already made my one check.
No, come on. No, because she said that he might have
Yeah.
more.
I
Come on.
said I'd give it to you with that check.
Okay. Well, sir, that's. Just. I want to say be careful, but you'll probably already know that we have a very limited supply. She smiles, kind of laughs. Yeah. Those two that one's always been around. It really hasn't proven to be horribly useful because Dalder and I tend to be near each other. So.
Oh, if your group knows how to use these, I'll talk to my father, see if I can get him to relinquish some of his. Yeah, I'll have a runner bring one over, perhaps.
Only
That's a
if you want to,
communication.
sir.
There's plenty I want to do, so whether I can.
Mm-hmm. Well, if you cannot, we still thank you for the gesture.
Well, good night, ladies.
He's gonna toss that in his desk with 45 other ones that he has. Blast! Which servant was this?
You're gonna toss it in with the blue ones and the red ones.
You're just gonna. Father's just gonna hear later on. Peter, where's my breakfast, Peter?
Nick's Pizza. Oh wait, no, wrong one. Damn it.
Right, and he escorts you to the gate, where you are released out into the world.
And Caspian is going to happily trot along.
Well done. I didn't just pray, but it's not like I prayed.
Found it.
But Cat,
Aye, Kevin.
Did something just move in the kitchen? Must have been the wind.
Shit.
Okay, yes. You're gonna make your journey back.
yep.
Okay. You're able to make your way back to the inn. Once again, with your speed,
Oh no, she's just trotting along.
trotting along, making sure that thing's not jostled about.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to make your way back. Both of you give me perception checks. Okay, very nice. Augie. Right.
Nice.
Okay.
It matters past 50.
Yeah. So Augie and Cass, you are starting to notice that every time we've done these streets, you're starting to realize which people are watching you in a very relaying information kind of way. There's some people that do a little bit of tailing, just a short while, and then it seems to be passed off to another. Cass, I'm gonna basically say you're gonna be able to remember these faces pretty easily.
Okay.
Yeah. Some of them look like this is where they live, and perhaps they're just being given a little bit of coin to keep an eye out. They don't really know what they're tracking. They just know, look out for these folks. Tell us. Yeah, but you're able to make your way back to King's Mercy without incident. And
Okay.
Elias
Get to the door.
Yep. One of the shutters opens, looks out.
We come bearing gifts.
Oh, marvelous. Hopefully Coupe was happy. All right, in you come.
And she's dragging in the gigantic box.
What on earth is that?
I have no idea, but it is heavy.
Give you a thing.
And he said you would enjoy this.
Did he? Okay.
Box of snakes.
And she's going to set it down on the great table.
All right. Let's get this opened up then, I suppose. Gifton, you haven't drowned in there, have you? He yells into the back. Oh, good lord! Someone check she hasn't drowned. As you're sort of bathing
Yeah.
in a dish, Gifton
Yeah.
Dingus is like, I licked the water.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yep.
It tastes like soap.
Says that soap.
Oh, great! Now he's foaming at the mouth.
Yeah.
Then
Great,
he
now he's
burps,
gonna
but there's bubbles.
On the
Hooray.
bright side, I got most of Corvus's blood off, so that's good.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you Elias opens up the chest,
Mhm.
and inside are two long metallic tubes with wood affixed to the ends that you guys
Those
recognize
are
as
just like what
firearms.
was upstairs in the haunted house. Right?
You can't see this. You're in the back of the bath.
Oh, in the back of the bath. Okay. Never mind. Ignore what I said.
something out of the back. Ignore me.
And Elias hefts one out, and well, this is not the kind of gift I was expecting. No, I'm not sure what I was
I'm
expecting.
gonna look up. Is it something obvious, or is it something I have to check?
Yeah, no, you saw these at the Tarnstead garrison. These are firearms.
Okay, like rifles, I take it.
Very basic rifles. You reckon these are still going to be cartridge loaded? Essentially, they're not the fancy military shit.
Oh, I'm guessing it's a help keep us safe type. I would say prize gift.
Does anybody know how to use them?
Technically, would Cass know?
This was an in-character question.
Oh, well, I'm asking out of character. Would Cass know?
No, not really.
I'm pretty damn sure I don't.
Nope.
What?
No, I'm pretty
Is-
sure
do
most of
any-
you don't. Maybe
do
Foul
any-
Deer.
I was gonna say, do
Foul is
any
not here.
classes get it since it's kind of a
I
thing?
am letting. It would be on a case by case basis. Anyone can have
Okay.
access to firearms proficiency, but it would take a bit of fiddling with.
Okay, but so none of us, at least none of us in this
Yeah.
building right now, except for maybe Elias, because we don't know his true background, know how to. I do not. Maybe Corvus, since he was part of the garrison.
Perhaps. Oh, shame he's not here.
I'm more adept at using than she just holds up her arms.
Oh. Hopefully, we'll find Corvus or Felder in short order.
Thelder's back at
100% resisting the joke of
Temple.
going, the other guns I
I
know how to use are
am
these.
offended by the fact that you made a short joke there.
what? I said you're back at the temple.
No, she said in short order.
Oh, Allie, not me. Okay.
Oh, it's late. I suggest perhaps we get some rest. Those of us that can. I'm sorry, Carrick.
It's fine.
Shall we take up watches, perhaps, just in case?
Probably a good idea.
I'll take the first one. You all get some rest.
Splish splash, I was taking a bath.
Bubbles good.
Huh?
Bubbles are good.
Bubbles are good. I'm assuming I don't have time tonight to make a dress.
No.
Okay.
No.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Cassiopeia. Your dress.
Do you
has
have
to wait.
enough time to just make, I don't know, like a cloak? It's like half the size.
I mean, if you think about it, a cloak really is only like one sheet, right? And then it just
How hard's that?
How hard's that?
Right. I'm not going to make people set up watch order. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to do anything to you.
Nothing.
But
so,
we are going to be ending the
Okay.
session tonight.
Okay.
Okay. Everyone take 140 XP.
Okay.
Ooh.
140 XP.
Da, 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 da.
Is that 4472?
4462.
Yeah, 140 speed, not 150.
I deleted my middle two, and after I typed it, I'm like, I don't remember what number was there.
Yay! I get to kick things off this section.
It just
I
That's
mean,
what all
like
breaks
Wait,
loose.
were you
spike
kicking
killing
us off?
Nothing's
something.
gonna happen.
What did you kick
Until
us
all
out of?
breaks loose.
All right, I'm gonna stop the
Allie,
recording
is it
now.
gonna
So that's
start
where
with-
Carvis is leading off. Are you? Did you already do a makeup session with him?
No, I'll be doing that during the week.
Oh, okay. Close it
Me and
up.
Sam were wondering. We were assuming like